Hello, hello, everyone. Wave to the people at home. Greetings, local residents and visitors far and wide to Actual Play UK. My name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and I have the humble honour and the privilege of being the narrator for tonight's session of Solemn Vale, published by Dirty Vortex. Now, before I get this wonderful cast to introduce themselves and to introduce the characters that we created last week, I'm going to quickly describe what Solemn Vale is and put forward like a small content warning for tonight's game. So, what is Solemn Vale? Solemn Vale is a quaint little town in the southwest of England, isolated from the world by a jagged coastline and dense woodland, scarred by mining works thrashing and rioting at the threat of closure. The close-knit community gives rise to a village mentality, where the newest visitors and the smallest infractions can become the sources of gossip and scandal overnight. It is a land steeped in history, where forgotten sects pray to pagan gods in the dark corners of Thatcher's Britain. Solemn Vale is actually a narratively driven role-telling game, but also storytelling game published by Dirty Vortex, which is set against the backdrop of a 1970s England, which explores the world of folk horror and the supernatural. Each of these games is a communal storytelling experience, and our players are going to be taking on the roles of visitors to this village, ensnared in a tale of mystery and survival. Guided by the narrator, that's me, each story is going to deliver a small little glimpse into the grim underbelly of the Vale and the festering evil that feeds it. Success is by no means certain, as the weird corrupts and destroys all who confront it. Solemn Vale, if anything, is a state of mind, a twisted and macabre feeling, laced with dread and paranoia, and occasionally tinged with dark humour. It is the darkness in the cave, the shopkeep's stern glare, the lone voice urging you to go forward when every sight, sound, and shiver of your spine tells you to turn back. Now, as you might have guessed, this particular game contains many horror themes and variations thereupon. As a cast, we've gone over safety tools, we've discussed our lines of veils off stream, but I just want to take a moment to speak to you, the visitors or residents of Solemn Vale who are watching this stream or the VOD later on. I wish to give you permission to step away and look after yourselves if things get a little bit too much. As I always say, your well-being is more important than the dice rolls on the table. Now, with all that out of the way, we're going to go clockwise from me, because I know I'm in the middle, because I'm special. We're going to go first over to the left, and I would like our cast to introduce themselves, their name, pronouns, who are they playing in tonight's session of Solemn Vale. And as always, we have an icebreaker sort of little ditty at the beginning, and I want them to tell me a horror film or TV show that they recommend to us. So let's start over on my left, please. It's Adam, I think. There.
Well, hello, my name is... sorry, apparently I can't speak for this show. It's all about speaking.
Oh, well.
Whoops. It's a good stop. Hi, my name is Adam. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm the DM over at Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot, a D&D cosmic horror podcast. And tonight I will be reprising a role as Marcus Killian III, an incredibly arrogant, vain, foolhardy man who is the director and cameraman of this little crew. And I guess to answer the question about what I'd recommend, it's a difficult one, but I wanted to recommend, if you haven't seen it, the original Hellraiser movie.
Oh, yes.
I feel like it's a horror movie that doesn't get spoken about as much as it probably should. I think it's kind of a classic, so that's my recommendation.
Thank you very much for that, and welcome to Solemn Vale. Welcome back, even. Next up on my screen is James.
Hi, I'm James Barbarossa. And I'm a GM and player over at Realms of Peril and Glory. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing Heather Clark, a relatively opportunistic and quite downtrodden emotionally TV producer. In terms of horror, I've never been great at horror. Does thriller count?
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you'd recommend.
I would say the TV show Severance. It's kind of a corporate horror, right? Like a corporate psychological horror.
Straight up gave me full-blown nightmares.
Yeah.
I woke up screaming
Truly,
from that show.
like the truest horror, which is like modern day corporate capitalism.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I recommend. That's my recommendation.
That's a cracking show. Absolutely cracking show. 100% agree with that. Thank you. Welcome back to Solemn Vale.
Thank you.
Next up, Rhys.
Hello, I'm Rhys. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Colin Doink, whose pronouns are also he, him.
I'd forgotten your surname was Doink.
And I have just reminded everyone here that his surname is Doink.
Yeah.
The very name conjures up romance. And so...
Of a sort.
Of a sort. I'm here representing the Actual Play YouTube channel Who Lives Who Dice, where I'm a player on that as well. But Colin, of course, were he to know or be aware of anything, it would probably be role-playing games.
So true.
No, and so he's just really enthused, really happy to be here. In terms of horror films, there's two. I'm going to be cheeky. I know, going to be cheeky.
Go on,
recommend
Colin.
two. I'm going to...
You're going to die, so go on, have to.
Treat yourself, have to.
Go for it.
The John Carpenter's The Thing, which
classic.
very much a comfort film. It really is. It makes me feel weirdly kind of like, everything's fucked. And the other is a South Korean film called Hansel and Gretel, not to be confused with Hansel and Gretel, the Jeremy Renner film.
Yep.
Very different films. But it's that kind of creeping horror alongside the abstract surrealism, and it just, it's good.
Ooh.
It's good stuff.
I haven't heard of that one, so I will put that on the list afterwards. Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome back to Solemn Vale, Colin. Last but by no means least, Pip. Let's go,
Hello.
my friend. Yeah.
Hi. My name is Pip Gladwin. My pronouns are he, him, and I am here, much like my colleague James Barbarossa over there, representing the Realms of Peril and Glory podcast. We will not be stopped. And we are legion. Tonight, I will be reprising the role of Sandy Turner, she, her, stylist and makeup artist to Noel Kelly, but mostly Noel Kelly's hair. That's what I am here to save. It's Noel Kelly's hair and Colin. And a horror movie that I like. One that, sure. There's one that I really enjoy that is not super well known. At least I tell people about it and they go, I have no idea what that is. It's a movie called Stakeland.
Oh, no.
And it's a 2014, I think. Maybe. I'm not going to look it up. No, 2010. I did look it up. And it's kind of it's got sort of Last of Us vibes in the sense that it's a post-apocalyptic. The zombie outbreak happened, but it's not zombies, it's vampires, basically. And the vampires are a bit more zombie-like, but still very much vampires with all your classic vampire weaknesses. It's just there's so many more of them, and there's sort of different types depending on how long you've been one. If you were maybe a child when it happened to you and all this kind of stuff, and it doesn't beat you over the head with lore, it just kind of you just sort of see it. And it's a road movie. It's a two people trying to go from A to B and picking up people along the way and what happens, and there's an element of old grizzled veteran of this horrible world training young person to do what they do, and it's great. It's really good, and it has a so-so sequel. But I really enjoy it. So it's what
awesome.
I return to from time to time.
All right, I will check that out. That sounds fun. And of course, it would be remiss of me not to say my own, queen of horror over here. I watched recently, thanks to a friend of mine called Charlie Mendez, who is of Parable Games. So he played Shiver at all. That's the guy. He's recently got a Kickstarter coming out called Don't Play This Game. It's a solo role-playing game, and he recommended loads of horror things to me, but he recommended one called Incantation, which is a South Korean horror film. And basically it is about a woman trying to save her daughter from an entity that has cursed her. And it is incredibly grim. I had to stop it several times. That's the best part of Netflix. You can go, oh, no, thank you. Let's turn on the lights, get a cup of tea, and come back to this. I definitely, with those moments, I as much as I love horror, I'm definitely that person that does this with their hands, and I was definitely like this throughout most of it. And there was a horrible bit at the end where something was revealed, and I just went, okay. So even I, dear viewers, even I get too creeped out. Highly recommend it, though. It was great fun at 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, let's get back into... So, yeah, of course, I'm so sorry. Sandy, welcome back to Solemn Vale. It's good to have you all back. I was so lucky to have all these people visitors. Now, before we go into the recap, I'm going to just, as I always love doing this, I just want to just mention the sort of main mechanics before we go into it. Obviously, throughout the stream, no doubt people will need to remind us and stuff, but I always like doing it at the top so that people know what to look out for. So Solemn Vale is powered by something called the Weird Abacus. It's a system which uses attribute pools, dice, and a simple bidding mechanic to support the flow of fiction. There are two types of rolls that are made in Solemn Vale. They are the challenge rolls and the influence rolls. Challenge rolls are the ones we're going to see the most of, essentially. So when a challenge comes up in the scene, I will give it a challenge value. And one of the players will attempt to overcome this challenge by rolling a d6. Now, they can spend points from one of their attributes. They have 3 attributes: body, mind, and soul. They can be individually challenged, so it's just one person doing it. Alternatively, for this, my friends, we've unlocked scene 2, so we can do group challenges as well. One person will roll, but people can contribute points to that roll. Now, normally, though, it depends on what the role is. So, for example, if a player is involved in sort of a brawling type of check, they can only assign points from their body and not necessarily their mind or soul. It has to be from an attribute that relates directly to it. However, we do have something called the Weird Pool for every scene, which again I'll get onto, which can help us out in sort of manipulating the checks somewhat. But essentially, they will spend any points that they need to or can, roll a d6 and equal to or over the number I give them, the challenge value, then they succeed. If they fail, well, there's consequences. And it could be damage in forms of sort of reducing an ability score or scratching out the ability completely, or much worse. The second type of role is the influence role. This is slightly different. It's when I, the narrator, want to determine something that happens to a character, but it's not necessarily one that they would spend points on. So something narratively happened. These roles will be either based on the character ability, so those 3 sort of mind, body, and soul, or their current weird score. So when I call for it, they will assemble as many dice as that character has in a particular value as their initiative value. So, for example, if you started off with 5 points in body, and then I asked for an influence roll of a body, but you only had 3 in it, you would still roll 5 dice. Yes, roll 5d6, and then you note what the highest value is for that one. So compared to the first one, which was like you roll a d6 plus your points, and then that's the value. Influence rolls, you roll as many d6 as you have points, and the highest value will determine what the roll is. Finally, there's 2 other elements I want to just quickly talk about. These are the stage rules and the weird pool. Now, each story has a set of overarching stage rules that affect it. Imagine that like to be a play of almost some sort. These are distinct mechanical elements that can recur across several scenes, maybe play a keynote in how the story unfolds. They could combine with locations or even other denizens to make the challenges in each scene. So the overall rule, I will say for the players now, because we've sort of got into it now, is that all scenes have the stage rule of isolated. All the characters must complete a separate foreboding or wits challenge at the end of each scene. If they fail, they take 1 damage to all abilities, body, mind, and soul. And I will say to them, the challenge value increases in each scene, but there are opportunities to negate this effect. So there you go. But that is not. There's other rules as well that might come into play depending on what kind of checks they do and if they succeed or fail. Finally, let's talk about the weird pool. This beautiful, mysterious mechanic. So in the beginning of each scene, I will assemble a weird pool equal to the number of characters plus 1. So that is 5. 5 weird points are up for grabs in each scene. A player can draw a point of weird from the scene pool and add it to their own personal pool to do any of the following. Add a +1 to the result of a challenge die after they've rolled it, or the challenge roll, sorry. to allow them to spend points from a different ability compared to their normal one. Allow them to spend points on a challenge that if they're not there for. Reduce or increase the result of a single weird roll by 1 after the dice is rolled. And finally, to introduce a previously encountered ally or friendly denizen to the scene that would not have normally been present. So there's again, don't worry, we will go through this as and when it comes up. But here's an important thing for my players to note is that at the end of the scene, all those remaining weird points in my pool, in the scene's pool, are lost because the pool is then refreshed at the beginning of the next scene. Your personal weird pools remain, and they're likely to rise throughout the game as you draw on the weird pool further and further. There's also ways to recover ability points, which we sort of went over last session, but of course we'll do it this session because there will be a time when you move to another scene. The only thing to mention is that if you have an ability that is already scratched out, and then you would require to do a check from that ability, or it will require to be scratched out again, you are defeated. Mm-hmm. That could mean death or much worse. I think that's everything I have to say on that. Are you folks ready for my little recap before we dive into tonight's session?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look at these cheeky chappies. I'm excited. So, our team are playing a BBC crew who have made the trip to Solemn Vale to film a segment for the popular kids' TV show Noel's Heroes, featuring Noel Kelly and his nemesis, Lord Peter.
No.
The plan is to interview one Marcus Neville, a 10-year-old competition winner who is a big fan of Noel's Heroes and of Noel himself. However, upon arriving at the Neville's house on Sword Terrace, the team discovered that the front door was wide open. The hallway and the living room were in disarray, and damp patches all over the house suggested there'd been a water leak. Further to investigation, all 4 Nevilles, Dad Ian, Mum Angie, grown-up sister Lucy, and Marcus were all missing. Our TV crew decided to look around the house for clues as to where the family whereabouts were, and talking to 2 sets of neighbours, the Taylors and the Higsons. Killian found a rather ominous drawing, presumably by Marcus, which showed Marcus to be stood next to a child that looked similar to himself, except drawn much darker, almost a black void. Sandy had a wonderful time talking to Alan Taylor, the pharmacist. But then
handsome pharmacist.
Handsome pharmacist, my bad. But when to return to get more information, his sister seemed to put Sandy off, telling her that the river was dangerous, or the water was dangerous, and she should look out for themselves.
See, I think I missed that it was his sister, because Sandy was definitely thinking wife, and I'm overjoyed to hear that it's a sister. Do go on.
I will indeed. Heather and Killian needed desperately a replacement child for Noel, so it sort of enlisted the help of the Higsons, their daughter, Becky Higston, who sort of revealed that Marcus was her friend, but had been very withdrawn since moving to school and being bullied, saying that all he wanted to do was have fun and play with friends, and eventually saying that he'd found a friend in the woods and that he was going to join them and have playtime forever. A segment happened where Noel got, let's say, a pie in the face by one Colin, who had unceremoniously been put into the Lord Peter outfit, with Colin himself feeling the effects of being very sweaty in an enclosed space. Noel went off to wash his face, but after some time when our team were deciding what to do, they realised Noel was also missing. The sort of Father Higston, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me just now, pointed out that Noel had just simply washed his face and walked into the woods. Finally, Sandy has spotted footprints going out of the household, the Neville household, and going straight into the woods, noticing that it was small, and also there's a little bit of blood. And so the team have gone into the woods. Now, we are in what I like to call in-between scenes just now. So there's no challenges as such, but I would like to know, For the first hour or so as you're tracking through the woods of Solemn Vale, what are you doing? What's going on with you? Handing it over to you.
Okay. so Colin is essentially he is singing to himself Glen Cowboy's Rhinestone Cowboy, and probably Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. He will be singing this under his breath continuously, occasionally offering wine gums that are mostly just a solid sugary ball at this point, and looking to Killian to see what Killian is doing, and occasionally just agreeing completely.
Even if there's no question, you're just
even if there's no question, it's like, yeah, definitely. Sometimes just repeating the last 3 words that Killian says in a way that's definitely not annoying.
I feel like Killian is having a bit of a mix between complaining about how muddy his nice shoes are getting. As they
Nice
trudge
shoes are
through the
getting.
woods. Yeah. Colin? Do you understand me, Colin?
Yeah.
And also complaining to or throwing ideas at Heather about how if we don't find Noel, are there ways that we could get out of this? Like, if he's gone, and I'm not saying he is gone, if he is gone, would we say he's gone off on some sort of safari or something? I don't know. You know what these actors do? They run away to retreats. Oh, he could be a druggie. We had him. There you go, Heather. We had him committed because he threatened the child. What about that? Does that work?
I don't know. I think Heather is slowly coming to terms with the fact that a child might die, which is, for a producer,
no bueno, I believe, is
who did do the health and safety report for the shoot. It isn't ideal.
No.
And also just kind of like, I think the sort of the reality of the situation on a legitimate moral ground has sort of sunk in a little bit. And it's probably just every time Killian is like, so could we have him sent to prison on false charges, right? He's gonna have a foggy memory, and it's like, I don't know, Killian, I don't know. Yeah. Just flipping pages over on a clipboard and flipping them back and flipping them out, flipping them back.
Yeah.
Sandy is actually keeping a fucking eye out for anyone be in these woods. You know, if there's a trail to follow, trying to follow it. And becoming sort of increasingly irritated by all of the bickering. I'm doing sort of constant survival / tracking checks, I guess, is my way forward.
I appreciate. I don't know if
the police are here, so that's
I know.
good.
I was going to say they've come to get me. I'm so sorry, everyone. At the end of the stream, I was a bit like, wow.
I thought that was like some atmospheric thing that there was like police showing up to the town behind us.
Just a police car careens through the woods.
Yeah. See, I actually had quite a scary bird in my ceiling about 5 minutes ago, and I was like, I'm hoping this is just adding to the atmosphere. You know.
Yes, unfortunately, Solemn Vale's police force were being informed by the Higson dad. He said, remember, and they seemed quite relaxed about, not necessarily. He seemed definitely like, okay, we'll do stuff whilst you continue along. But alerting the authorities seems to be quite a hard thing to do in such a dozy little village.
Yeah.
But yes, You continue like following Sandy, I assume, at the front, looking to see, maybe bits of broken bracken, perhaps, with the other three bickering behind you. And you go about 30, 45 minutes or so, and we're going to move into scene 2, the woods. So I would like one of you, I'm going to assume it's going to be Sandy, to do a pursuit check.
Ooh.
So that is that comes from your body, if you wish to use any points. The challenge rating is 4. Now, all of you can be involved in this check, but Sandy is the one that has to roll. So if people want to spend body to help Sandy, they can. There's also 5 points of weird up for grabs if you want to use it.
In this scene, I think I have the highest body score in the group, so
I'm happy to add one to just in case.
I know you are, Colin. Will
how much
that
body
kill you if
I was
you
gonna say, how much body do you have, Colin?
I've got 4 body. I've got body to spare.
I think maybe I'll definitely spend a body.
Okay.
Is that 2? Is that
That's
2
2.
then?
That's 2 currently, yeah.
I mean,
2 extra.
so that's +2 to this roll.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a 4. That's probably
Challenge rating 4.
Yeah, that feels good. +2 on a d6.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck that up.
How could you?
I'm not going
Did
to.
you?
Look,
It's exactly unlikely.
Look, I mean, I just have to not roll a 1, right?
How
I just have to not
Exactly.
roll a 1.
You just gotta not roll
I just
a
got to
1.
not roll a 1. I'm gonna take this d6 and I'm not gonna roll a 1.
Exactly.
Guys, I rolled a 5. It's fine.
We're so healthy. That's a 7.
So you continue tracking. Sandy, you're actually quite good. At points, you think, you sort of look around and it feels like the forest, the woods around you almost sort of move in on you. Like I said before, when you were getting in, the trunks of these trees were fairly close by. They sort of even in and out. Sometimes you are like squeezing in between trees to find more trees and more. And as you look up, you can't see the sky. You can only see the canopy and the leaves, the light still shining through it. There is a heat that you all feel, a sort of hot. It's autumn, but it is hot. The heat is sort of kept bouncing back and forth with the canopy. There is birds. There is like insects and stuff. But you don't get lost. As you continue, you take a moment, maybe about an hour in. You're still following a trail. Even for times when you're sort of looking around, you're like, oh God, where are we? Suddenly you'll see like a branch that's definitely been snapped. The footprints themselves have long since dried up, but there's definitely now from wet footprints to muddy footprints. And as you look, there's not just one set, there's several.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
This could mean that people have started a search party, and they've all gotten together and they're all looking for or found Marcus. So that would be good. This means there's more people, right? That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. I mean, maybe it's just because they're country folk, but I've not had the best vibe from anyone we've met so far.
No, neither have
Like
I,
who?
to be fair.
Well, the little girl was a bit strange. Her dad was a bit odd, and Noel's clearly freaked out. So things
Alan's nice.
Alan was very nice. But,
Alan was nice and handsome.
Where is Alan?
Well, back at his house, I assume. But
Didn't want to. You didn't want to go and try and get.
I know. Well, I
get him
did.
to help.
There was this other woman there who I can only hope is a sister, and she was not friendly. That was
Okay,
when I
fair
wanted
enough.
to use the phone, and she just more or less just slammed the door in my face. So
Okay, yeah, that's not nice. Okay. In which case, Mr. Killian, you're absolutely correct.
What did
Country
Killian,
folk,
sorry,
they're
what did
just
Killian say?
inscrutable.
About there not being nice people.
Right.
Also, none of them really seemed enormously worried that a whole family, including children, had gone missing. I mean, that's, for me, we can flag that, can't we? I mean, we've been saying sort of,
Yeah.
oh, small town people and what, small town life, but that's just not okay anywhere, right?
Well, exactly. Like, I didn't care about the child, but I don't live here. They do.
I don't know if I should raise my hand if I've got a question.
No, Colin, you can just
Colin.
talk.
God
Colin,
damn.
it's
Okay. Missing children is bad?
yes.
Are bad?
No,
speaking.
is
Is bad.
Is bad.
The
Yeah,
children aren't
missing
in
children
themselves
is
bad because they're missing. It's bad that they are missing.
It's bad that they are missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's all right. It's okay. You're getting it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Becky seemed to think Marcus was bad, and just throwing that out there.
It's a child, Killian.
Well, I'm just saying they clearly weren't getting on.
Kids are all mean. They're all nasty. They all have freaky, weird dreams and imaginary friends, and they say horrible things to each other. But they're still kids. We still have to try.
Right.
I've got an imaginary friend. It's all good.
What?
No.
What? Well, I mean, my mum would say I blame the parents, but that's a whole separate thing.
Colin, you have an imaginary friend.
Well, not anymore. Well, I assume. Well, I probably do. I imagine I do. So yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, look,
I
that's
hate
fine.
this.
That's
I
great.
hate this.
That's, you know what? That's
What?
No, it's fine.
Hey, what's wrong with having because there's someone who's always there that you can kind of rely on. It's okay. Right?
Colin, you're an adult, man.
I mean, okay.
It's
You should
taking
have
every
real
fibre
friends,
of
Colin.
me,
I
Pip
have
Gladwin's being, to not just be like, but Colin, you're 37.
Yeah. I was suppressing the exact same comment.
And Rhys being 37 is like, that seems fine. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just like, because if you have someone who you can rely on and like, so you're not scared about going into some terrifying woods or chasing some people who seem to be congregating.
Does your imaginary friend ever sort of tell you to do things, Colin?
No, mostly he just sings Rhinestone Cowboy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's fine.
Colin,
I think
you don't need an imaginary friend, mate. We are all your friends.
Heather, I know that. Like,
I hate you.
I know.
I hate you.
I know
Sweet
we're all
soul
friends. I just,
Hate you.
it's like, I mean, no one else sings Rhinestone Cowboy though, so it's like, it's fine.
I mean, one, I don't know it, and two, we're trying to find a lost child in a wood.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
Yeah,
Definitely. Which way should we go, Mr. Killian?
As you ask, there is a snap of a twig, roughly about 30 feet ahead of you. And now you all sort of are quiet a bit. You can hear some gentle rustling.
Oh, that's rustling's a bit gentle.
I need you to fight every instinct that you have.
Okay.
And be quiet.
Sandy is like really slowly reaching down towards like her hip,
Yep.
towards a very sharp pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Killian's going to see if there's like a big stick to grab.
Oh, plenty. You gonna grab one, Killian?
Yes, and then he's going to hand it to Colin.
Okay.
Protect me.
You know what to do, Colin. I trust you. Yes?
Is it was it Becky?
The rustling stops.
Oh. Is that you? Do you want to come out?
Little Marcus, not Big Marcus, who's here.
We're all friends. We're all good friends.
You can hear from the same direction lots of hushed whispering. Stop it. You're so naughty.
All right. I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
And it's going to just stride straight over. I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sick of this. I'm sorting this out right now. I'm getting to the bottom of this right now.
Okay. So you're going up. Is anyone going with Heather?
Yeah, we'll immediately like, hey.
Yeah, I think I want the moment where Colin, immediately goes after Heather. I go after Colin, and then Killian is left on his own, and has that moment of like, I don't want to go towards the scary thing, but I also don't want to be on my own. When he's forced to follow us.
Yeah, he'll take a beat, pick up a rock, and then follow you.
Okay. So you approach Heather. I will say you're approaching this almost like it feels like a big bushel, essentially. And it's shaking ever so slightly, but you can hear, like, as you get closer, there is definitely more hush whispers, and they're like, stop it, no, we'll get caught.
Yeah, right, I've had enough of this. This has all been a very fun game, but a lot of people are very worried about where you all are, so we're coming out now, aren't we?
You hear, Heather, the sounds of an embrace happening behind the bushel.
Right. Excuse me. I'm an adult. I would like any people in the bush, kids or adults or whatever, to please step out. We've had enough now. The game's over.
All right, I need the whole team, but I think Heather's going to roll for this, if that's all right. It's a pressure check, challenge 5.
So I roll I roll 1d6, yeah?
1d6, but you can spend points from your mind currently, and it's a group check, so people can also spend points from the mind if they would like to.
You gave me a body, so I'll give you a mind.
I'll give you one mind as well.
2.
I'll keep my mind to myself.
Yeah. So it's a pressure check of 5. So you've got a +2 to this roll.
How do you feel about a +2, James?
Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine.
I could probably spare you one more.
I mean, there's also weird. There's also weird.
That's true. Actually, are you sure? Because 5 is kind of high. Should we dunk a weird into this?
Here's the thing. So the weird, you can get it if you want to have it a +1. You do it after you roll.
Oh, great! Yes, you did say that.
But you can also. But here's the thing. You can also spend a point of weird. Anyone can take the point of weird and spend points from a different ability, but you have to justify why it's that ability and not mind.
It's a 50 with +2. It's a 50-50 shot, right? Mm-hmm. And what's the worst that can happen?
Oh, credits roll. Go for it.
Fuck it up.
That is a natural 6.
Whoa!
Yeah. Critical
Beautiful.
6. Well, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, no, fantastic. Heather, you've dealt with wayward actors. You've dealt with inept directors. You're probably dealing with one right now. You are used to herding cats through HR whilst it's on fire. You're not going to let anything stop you at this point. And with your sort of gruff disposition and telling that you're an adult, come out, there's a quiet moment, and they're like, oh, shit. Johnny, pass me that. And after a few moments, the bushel parts, and a young couple comes out. You can see there's a gentleman and a lady, not wearing many clothes. They look like they're in a state of undress,
right?
Desperately trying to put stuff on. Look to be both in their early 20s, both a little bit red in the face, and like, oh, sorry. I'd give it a couple of minutes if I were you. Sorry, we made a little bit of a mess in there.
Okay.
Stop it, Johnny.
That's right. Hi.
I reach across and just gently lower Colin's stick.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, good. So there's a missing child in these woods. We are concerned about their safety. If you wouldn't, have you seen anyone go by or heard anyone go by, adult or child? And would you mind helping us look for this It's quite a serious situation.
We're not from around here, so it would be really helpful to have maybe some people who knew these. We obviously know these woods quite well, so it would be really helpful to have just some locals help out. Everyone else has been pretty unhelpful so far, to be honest.
There's also a man with fabulous hair. If you've seen him, the more important one.
The man who's sort of been named as Sir Johnny is putting back on his jeans. It's like, sorry, we were. Well, the mood took us a little bit.
Yeah.
What mood?
Colin, man. Colin, buddy. It's fine. Look, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Just we could just use the help.
Sure. No, sorry. Helen, are you some sort of film? Are you some sort of? No, you're not one of those dodgy film companies that sort of film couples having it off in the woods, are you?
No, we're with the BBC.
I'd have some money off that you doing that.
No, we're not. We're not.
Fair enough.
Do people get paid for that?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Plus, who'd want to watch you?
Oh, I think you'll find we have been a bit adventurous.
Okay, sure.
The lady,
sure.
so funny, Johnny.
Just missing kid thing is it's a pretty high priority is the thing.
Oh man, we've not seen anyone.
Okay,
have
great.
We? And both of them are sort of looking at each other. No, we've sorry, we sort of skipped out a little bit. There's I don't know if you know, there's a commune that's a little bit further away, the Guiding Star. Yeah, we came for a quick visit. We stayed for a few days and stuff, and we took each other's eyes, didn't we? Oh, such a sweetheart.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
and whereabouts is that? If you were to point us in a direction.
I don't know. It's all the trees look the same.
Just to be clear, is this some sort of like sex commune? Because if so, Colin really shouldn't go.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Colin.
Oh, hi, Colin.
Hi.
No, it's not. Obviously people think communes are all about sex. No. This is one's artist. Lord Lauren. He's got it all together. He's just said we need to embrace our passions and our.
I thought you were doing that behind the bush.
What kind of size pupils on these people are we talking?
Oh, big.
Okay, yeah. I think there's a little Sandy's just going to kind of lean over to Heather if Heather hasn't already noticed, which given that she's used to herding actors, she almost certainly has, and just be like, yeah, high as fuck.
Yeah, they're not going to help, are they?
I don't think we want them coming with us at all. Also, I might stab one of them if they do come with us. So,
what kind of art do you do?
Oh,
Colin.
We make art with our bodies.
Colin.
You're so funny.
Colin, please.
Watercolors?
Buddy.
All sorts of paints.
Colin, when we get back to London, I'll take you to a few clubs and it'll help explain a few things. But we'll deal with that later when we're safe and this kid has been found or whatever.
Kid has been found or whatever.
Are you here for the river spirits?
Sorry?
What?
Well, we got told at the commune that the river, when it swells, it makes for the best sort of experiences. So we thought we'd come try it out.
Right. So it is a sex commune then. So it is that. It is one of those.
Oh, you caught me.
Great. Okay. Have a nice afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go and find the missing children, the children that are missing.
Oh,
the
that's
local
so
children from
sad.
around here who are missing, probably in danger. Yeah, okay. And then as I'm sort of leaving, I will sort of, as I'm sort of passing Killian, I'm just going to be like, you don't take Colin to any of your clubs, none of your clubs, okay?
He has to learn someday.
Yeah, but not like
Sandy.
that. Not like that, Killian.
Right.
It's immersion therapy. Come on.
I don't.
Have fun behind the bushes.
Always room for one more.
Can I try and intimidate this couple?
Ow.
What would you do? You've already succeeded, so definitely.
I just want to, like, they're intoxicated.
Yeah.
And I just want to freak them out
Yeah.
so that they leave the woods.
Sounds good. So what do you say to them to do that?
Right. It's very dangerous in these woods, okay? There's a lot of scary stuff. There's people missing. You're in a lot of danger. This place, it's not safe. You have to get out. There could be people behind every tree. There could be people behind every shadow. Any of this could be dangers of untold comprehension. And you just need to get out. There could be things in the dirt. There could be things in the bush. You gotta run. You gotta run.
The gentleman, so Johnny comes up and goes, hey, you're killing the vibe slightly. All right,
Yeah,
all right. Well,
it's not a good vibe here. It's a bad vibe.
Come on,
it's
Helen.
a very scary vibe.
Come on, Helen. Let's go back to bed.
Well, you're gonna die then. That's fine. Goodbye.
No. Well,
Yeah.
honestly, you can have this part of the woods if you want. Obviously, you and the director with your cameras. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Have fun with your little film.
I did my best, gag.
You know what, Heather? That was actually quite sweet.
What? Just I can't. I don't want people to start getting murdered in the woods.
It's just not. Look, I've heard a lot of talk about how this situation is going to be managed, and a lot of it is about covering up people's deaths and disappearances. So it's just nice to see you just trying to help some people. That's all. That's all.
And as you watch the sort of half-naked couple, like desperately putting on the rest of their outfits and sort of mismatching, sort of giggling at each other, like sort of definitely lots of touchy-feely sort of hand gestures. They sort of move off into the direction that you have come from. And because you succeeded at the check to get them to leave the forest away from danger, the isolation rule, the difficulty will go down.
Hey.
Nice.
So yeah, Colin eyeing the dirt very suspiciously, and eyeing every kind of like tree slightly suspiciously.
I was trying to freak them out so they'd leave. They're high.
Okay.
It's not real, probably.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Nothing to worry about, mate.
No.
We're just looking for some kids got lost in the woods, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
nothing in
definitely.
the woods. There's nothing in the dirt.
Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. No. You're right, Heather. Sorry. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, stick up,
yeah,
though.
stick up.
Yeah, stick up still.
Stick up.
Stick up still. But
Yeah.
just like internally, let's simmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we all say yeah as
Yeah.
we walk through the woods.
Yeah.
You carry on. Yeah, so the four of you, plus now a new stick, comes with you as you go. And again, moving through the woods, you get another half an hour, 45 minutes, getting deeper and deeper into these woods, trying to follow some sort of trail. Again, you lose it for a couple of minutes at a time, but you eventually find something, whether it is like maybe a little bit of blood on a tree, maybe some more snapped twigs, etc., denoting something has come through. You get
So
to
we've
a
been
point
walking for like
a good 2 hours, you think.
Okay, so we're 2 hours away from where this trail of blood started, and there's still blood?
Yeah.
So that's 2 hours worth of bleeding, right? I mean, is it a lot, or...?
Like sprinkles.
Okay. I mean, it could be fine.
Does it look like wet blood or dry blood?
Now dry blood, for sure. But as you're looking around, Killian, you sort of again are looking at, like, you've sort of got used to this. Sandy's probably ahead, Colin is behind you with the stick. You and Heather are probably in the middle a little bit. And you're sort of like looking around. Maybe you're even doing like a little bit of like quick footage, just in case. You never know, might be useful at some point. And as you sort of switch, you see on one of the lower branches something hanging. You see, like, it looks like it's weird because at first you think it's just part of the branch that's been snapped or something like that. Very thin little bit of branch that's maybe got from higher up and then has fallen down and then just sort of landed over the bough. But then you realize it's not. You realize it's kind of almost been deliberately put there. It's like twigs on a little bit of twine. And you can see it's a stick figure. You can see there are 2 stick figures. And as you look around, not on every tree, but certainly on a couple of trees, there's the odd stick figure, stick man, stick person. And then your eyes sort of pan down with your camera to the trunk. And you see someone has carved something into the tree. You see almost like a flat line indicating sort of waves. And lying down, almost like sleeping, are 3 stick figures. On top of the waves, there are 2 much smaller stick figures.
Heather, I think we've stumbled into the commune's arts and crafts area.
Yeah, this seems like commune stuff.
Is that 2 kids?
And 3 people beneath some waves? That can't be good.
I mean,
is one of the 2 child-sized stick figures? Oh, sorry. Were they carved into the wood?
The trunk.
Carved into the trunk. Is one of them noticeably like darker than the other, or are they the same?
Looks the same.
Okay.
Are any of the ones on the branches reachable?
Mm-hmm.
Gillian, I'll take one. Just get a closer look at it.
Do you have any weird in your pool?
I haven't spent any weird.
No, do you have any weird?
Acquired any, I guess.
Have you acquired any?
No.
I'm going to give you one.
Nice.
I'm going to take one from my little pot and you get it. So there's currently 4 in the thing, so you've got it. And then just for shits and giggles, could you roll it for me, Killian? And tell me what the number is.
Just a D6?
Just a D6? Because you've only got 1 weird.
I rolled a 6. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's not good.
It's not.
From experience, it's bad.
It's not good.
It's not good, mate.
Oh, God.
I gotta be honest.
Killian, you take down this stick figure. You hold it in your hands, and as you do, you notice that it's very sticky. Horrible sort of sap. And for a moment, like, this stick figure is stuck to the palm of your hand. And as you try to take it, it scrapes the skin from your palm. No damage, but you can see, like, the sap, it almost runs straight off this stick figure. It's like weeping sap from every open, and you maybe drop it and it still weeps.
Ow, son of a... Who put glue on a stupid figurine? What the hell?
Do you want to... and so Colin will dig into his little kind of big pockets and we'll pull out some plasters, like lots of small plasters, but we'll try and cover
I want you to describe what kind of children's band-aids you're putting on, Killian. There's gonna be cartoons on here, I know.
It's a collection of zoo animals.
Damn straight
and
it is.
You've got lions and tigers and giraffes and a hippopotamus, and the hippopotamus has a little like kind of graze on its bum, and it's looking over and going, ow.
Colin.
Okay, just hold your hand open. Okay,
You know what the ones with the lions? Why are you putting the other ones on?
I can put the lines over the top. They'll go on the top, so that you can just see the.
Okay.
Have a producer's health and safety kit with actual plasters in, if that.
You'd just be like, I just kind of like, just sort of touch Heather on the arm and just be like, let them have this.
The lion will give him inner strength.
Or something. I don't know.
There we go.
Now, Colin, pick up that little figure. I want to see it.
Okay.
Don't. Colin,
I
do not touch
slap
that.
Colin. I fully smack Colin's hand with just as he reaches out for it. No, because he picked it up and it hurt him, and there is sap coming out of it. It's very small. There shouldn't be sap coming out of it. I get a stick. Is this the kind of stick figure that could be you could lift?
Absolutely,
Right, there's a space to do something with. So I get a stick and I get it and I lift it up.
Yeah.
I hold it up so we can get a look at it without touching it.
Okay. You sort of maybe you get through this sort of little loop on it from the top
Of course,
of it, and you hook a duck, essentially. You hold it up. The stick doesn't have any sap on it. None whatsoever. And as you look down at the ground, there's no sap at all.
Well, Killian, you said it was covered in sap?
Well, yeah, look at my hand. It's ruined.
It is.
I mean,
look at this hand wrapped in child's plasters. This is just weird. This is just distractingly weird.
I just don't see how this helps us find a kid.
No, you're right. You're right, Heather. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by this stuff.
The smaller people, it's clearly. It's 3 at the bottom, it's the river, it's 2 on the top, the 2 are smaller. This is about its perspective, it's triangular, this is art people stuff. This is exactly the kind of art people stuff that I am frankly sick of today.
So you don't think we should go to the commune then? Because I don't really know where else to go.
We can go to the commune, but just, it doesn't, this stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, I have to ask, how long are we committed to this whole trying to find them things? We're 2 hours into the woods here, and we are almost lost, I think.
But Noel's still missing.
Yeah, Noel is missing also. Children are missing. Killian, if you want to walk back, you can go right ahead and walk back. It's 2 hours that way, and I turn around and point the way we came.
No, clearly I don't want to walk back by myself. That's ridiculous. That's how people die in woods. I'll fall and land in a ravine or something. I'm too rich to die in the woods.
No one's gonna die in the woods.
Well, you tell that to the weird, creepy stick figures.
It's just commune stuff, all right? And you've cut your hand on this. You shouldn't have tried to take it down anyway.
But also, apparently there's room for one more at the commune, so we could probably ask.
There's room for one more in the bush, Colin. They wanted to have a threesome, Colin. Grow up.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you talking about? How old are you?
Okay. Look, yes. It's like he came out of a pod that age. But let's try not to judge him based on his own experiences,
Look,
or perhaps lack thereof. Okay.
I didn't realise that's what she meant.
Yeah, you know what? Some people aren't great at picking up on social cues, Heather, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Can we find each other?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go find Noel and the children. Maybe
Stick
they're
up,
at the
Colin.
commune.
Let's go.
Stick up, Colin.
Maybe they'll be at the commune.
Oh,
I hope there's some coffee at the commune.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
I think so far, "Stick Up, Colin" is the episode title for me. We'll see if that holds water, if you'll pardon the pun.
So you continue on. Feeling your hand hurts, but eventually it ebbs. You know, if
I
anything,
still loudly complain
Oh, of course,
the
I
whole
wasn't-
way.
You know, if anything, it's the roughness of all the plasters, you know, creating that second skin. And it isn't long until you make it into a clearing. You see well, it's quite interesting. As you sort of all go into this clearing, your eyes sort of adjust. There's a moment, and you see Noel.
How's his hair looking?
And that's how you recognize him. He's like immaculate.
Like genuine sigh of relief. Before I've even taken in what he's doing,
yeah.
he can be like impaled on a spike. And I think in this moment, Sandy's first thought would be like, okay. His hair's all right. Oh God, he's dead.
Well, this is the thing. He's not dead. He's just looking up. His back is to you. Again, you recognize the hair, and you see the sort of jumper, the sort of denim jacket that says Noel's Heroes and big sparkly Demontes, and he's looking up at something. And all four of you see it, strung up like by a rope, is the carcass of a deer that has been cut. You can see that blood has been let out of it, draining onto the floor.
I'm no woodsman, but that doesn't seem quite right to me.
Might be unhygienic.
Noel, you
Definitely.
silly bastard. And
Yeah, it turns around. It turns around. It is Noel. I'm not going to frighten you like it's not Noel. Noel goes, guys, hey, sorry, how did you get here? I was like,
we've walked. What the fuck are you doing in the woods?
I thought, well, I had a bit of a thought after washing my face, and I thought, well, I at least have a try and find the kid. You know, it'd be a shame to leave without saying goodbye.
On your own?
Who said you're allowed to think?
You left us without saying goodbye.
Well, I thought I'd literally be like a moment or two, and then these woods, man, it's just like, they're wild. They seem to like change, and like at one point I thought there was like an arch, and then I walked through, and then it closed up behind me. It was
Noel, has anyone offered you a threesome?
Today, Noel. Today, not generally, but today.
Yeah. No, what have you guys been?
Oh no, just because there were some people in the woods who did, and it's like, because if that's like a regular thing, does that happen a lot in the woods?
Depends on which woods you go to, I think.
These woods.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
this is largely irrelevant, isn't it? Okay, Noel. So what have you? I take it, given that there are no children with you, that you haven't found anybody.
Sadly, no. I was just like working for like ages, and it's been really hot here. I don't know if you guys found it as well. And then I just stumbled upon here, and I just thought, oh my god.
How are Noel's pupils?
Noel's pupils look normal.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I just looked up and like. I was like, oh my god, is a deer? I thought it was trapped or something, and then I realized it's already dead. It's quite a piece, huh?
Yeah, there's a commune here apparently. So I'm assuming this is some weird shit that they've done.
No. If you look, it's like it looks like it got trapped or something, or it's been strung up here like deliberately.
In the tree.
Yes.
It got trapped in the tree.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how trapping works. You know, maybe there's hunters here or something. I don't know.
It could be a snare. To be fair, Heather, I'm sure that. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I think you can rig a rope up in such a way as when something interacts with it,
I mean,
it snap and
pretty
pull
impressive.
and
It like pulled up like a whole deer. Like I wouldn't like to get caught in that myself.
Mr. Kelly, how long have you been walking in the woods?
Oh, like 10 minutes or something.
No, we've been looking.
No, it's been like 3 hours.
Yeah.
What? No. I literally was just going to come in, see if I could, I called out, I was like, oh, hey, Marcus.
No.
Hey, little kid.
Look at my watch. It has been 3 hours.
Oh, heck, you've been... Damn.
The health and safety sheet. The stick with a buddy.
Sorry, Heather. I would never have yeah.
Do you need another buddy, Mr. Kelly? I'm happy to be a buddy.
Oh, Colin, of course, I'm always up for buddies. I'm sorry I frightened you all. That was not my intention. I just wanted to find the kid.
We are just glad that you are safe.
And at that moment, there is almost and behind Noel, a tree explodes. It doesn't fall over or anything, but as a bullet hits it.
Colin immediately kind of dives and tackles Noel.
Yeah, get down, Mr. President style. Yeah. Yeah, easily enough.
Here is the moment where there's a contested check, right? Where Colin dives at Noel, and then as Colin is diving at Noel, Sandy hits Colin in the side and just drives him to the ground. And if you want me to roll on that, I will.
I'm not going to let you roll on that. I think a beautiful narrative. I'm like Colin's ready, but is it just a little bit too slow? And Sandy's already on it. So Noel is still standing. What Heather? Yeah.
And then I think it's just get down, Noel, you idiot.
Yeah. What about Helen and Marcus? What are you guys doing?
Heather's gonna make Killian hit the deck.
Yeah.
Killian was already dropping to the ground, so you just kind of collide with him.
That's fine.
Yeah, the sound, the echo sound of the gunshot, reverberates around this little clearing. The tree itself, it's heavy impact of the bullets. It's up smoking ever so slightly, and you hear a shit. Sorry. I thought. Hello.
Bloody hell!
Hi.
Is this legal?
You what?
Do you have a fucking permit?
I'm gonna take Colin's stick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna very angrily move in the direction of this voice with a stick.
Yeah. Hello as well.
Okay. So
aggressively, one can say.
I know. I hear you. So this.
You okay, buddy?
Who are you talking to?
Bullet for you,
No. Buddy.
No, Noel's like, oh, cool. Thanks for trying.
Okay.
So, Sandy, I think you're going to roll for this.
Okay.
It's either a pressure or a threat. Now, let me tell you, pressure has a challenge rating of 6.
Mm-hmm.
A threat is a challenge rating of 5. Pressure is related to your mind.
Yeah.
Threat is related to your body.
She can't be body.
Body, it's a group check, so if anyone wants to spend stuff on it with body, you can do so.
Okay. Did you say, sorry, 5 for mind, 6 for body?
It's 6 for mind.
Okay.
5 for body. So if you were going to spend those points, if you
definitely going to go for body.
Okay, so that's the save. So are you going to spend anything on it?
I'm going to spend a point on this for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if no one else wants to throw in, which I fully get, I'll grab a point from the weird pool.
3 body.
That's fine.
So
I'll throw one in.
Of body?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll throw a body in as well.
Oof.
+3.
You were all very kind.
Okay, so
All
5 or over.
+3 for a 5.
Yeah.
All right. That's a 2, so 4
Ooh,
total of 5.
5 total, just
scraping by.
You sort of go. What do, Sandy, as you go up?
I think I'm just Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing, firing at people in a wood?
Sorry, but I thought it was a bird. I
I
thought it was
thought
a
we were
bird.
fucking birds,
Yeah.
talking birds.
What? No, I thought you were like
Several
the crows.
large bipedal talking fucking birds.
Sorry.
If this
and
person has a visible gun, I will attempt to knock it out of their hands with the stick.
as you sort of round one of the trees, you do see a gentleman who slightly wide set, very traditional countryside garb, so like big Wellingtons, proper like those sort of like waterproofs, etc. Big sort of flat cat and a big like sort of a big hunting rifle. And so yeah, easily enough with that threat, you hit it and he goes, "Ow! Oh shit! What? Sorry, love. I didn't see you there.
Sorry, love. Okay, because you are next.
Whoa.
Because
Ooh, okay. God. Sorry, are you were you from the village? Are you from the commune?
no, we're not. We're looking for some missing children out here. Some local children missing. Have you seen anyone? Although no, I suppose if you had done, you'd have fucking shot them, wouldn't you?
No. Sorry, did you your friend and points to Heather, who's on the ground. Sorry, should we be asking about licenses and stuff? Look, I'm here. I'm just doing a little bit of just doing my bit for the land. I'm just trying.
Yeah, is it illegal? Is it a legal firearm?
Who are you with?
I am with the BBC.
We're with Noel's Heroes.
We're with the government.
Killian.
Yes, Sandy?
This might make a lovely scene, Killian. Camera, maybe?
I've got fucking
fine.
paperwork, mate.
No, you no cameras. No, I'm not supposed to. And he's gonna turn and run.
Great. We have a gun now.
I was going to say, can I pick up his gun?
Yeah, someone grab his fucking gun.
Easily enough, you grab his gun. Are you doing anything to pursue him?
Colin's going to run after him.
Okay, yeah, 100%. I kneel down to pick up his gun.
Yeah.
And as he does, Colin's just like, boom. Like, oh no, not quick enough to stop him.
All right, Colin. Yeah, you're running after him. So you're pursuing this person. I need you to do me a pursuit check. The challenge rating is 6. Challenge value says you can spell it. So it's a body check. You've got 4 points in the weird pool you can use if you want to.
Can we throw in multiple points?
Not for this one, unfortunately.
Okay,
He's running away. The thing you could do, if you want, is that you could take a point from the weird pool to then be in that scene, so that you get up and run after Colin. If you see what I mean. So Colin's left your sort of area, so you're not actively helping. But if you get a point from the weird pool, you can then be in the scene with Colin.
I'll take a point and run after Colin.
All right, take a point of weird.
Yeah, I don't want
to
crowd. I don't want to crowd that moment with other characters. So let's have Heather pursue.
All right, yeah, Heather's like, come here, like comes with her bits and pieces. All right, so that means that Heather could also
I've been chasing after Colin for a long time. Do I need to roll?
No, you don't need to roll. So it just means that you're in the scene with him, so you can give Colin some points should you wish to.
Cool.
It's a 6, isn't it?
So it's a pursuit, which is a challenge rating. Challenge value is 6. You can use your body. It's a body related one. But you can get a point of weird to use any of your attributes, and the same goes for Heather as well. She's now in the scene.
I'd say use those points, guys. Like, why not? We can't take them with us. We don't know when this scene is going to end. Like, let's do it.
I'll take a weird.
All right, a weird point.
I'll roll, but I'll take a weird anyway, just to add one to this, most likely.
Okay, at the end. Heather, you taking one as well? A weird point?
Bloody go on then.
All right. Cool. Are you spending? Justify what you're doing, Heather. What sort of point are you giving to Colin as he's sort of running after this person?
Oh, God. To try and help Colin catch the person? Mm-hmm. Well.
Words of affirmation.
Well, maybe like, I don't know.
A stone at the back of his head.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Could do. You could also use if you're using your words, you're like, oh, we're part of the BBC, we've got you on tape, you could be using that, and that could be a point from your mind instead, or your soul, perhaps, if you're being
probably
really like
do not run, do not run, we are with the BBC, you are running from a scene of having fired a weapon.
Exactly. Perfect. So instead of using your body, you could spend a point of mind to do that. So currently, I think that's a +1. And if you're going to use that weird Colin, you can add it afterwards after you've done the roll.
Okay.
So if you want to.
Weird Collins, what they used to call him at school.
That is,
I'll pop a mind on.
into adulthood. So I've got one from Weird, one from my body, one from yours.
From Heather's mind.
From Heather's,
That's
from
plus
Heather's
3.
mind. So that is a grand total of, seeing as I rolled a 2, that's a 5.
Oh, well, Colin, there's still 1 point in the weird pool, so if you want to take another point,
Take it.
+1.
Take it.
I'll take that weird.
Do it.
I'll take
Why
that
not?
You
weird.
and me, buddy, at 3 weird. You and
We're
me.
going to be so fucking
You
weird.
and me, pal.
It's getting so weird. It's
We're at
spelled
3
with a
weird,
Y.
man. You and me. We go down together.
Yeah.
You've both run into another world.
So quick. They just you is a moment where you think you lose them, Colin. You like, because obviously the waterproofs, the hats, like it's all the same colours of the trees around, and you're just like bursting through stuff, and you could just hear Heather shouting like, "Come back here! We have you on tape!" All the stuff like that.
Colin will be shouting, "You upset Sandy!"
Brilliant.
Oh, you hear it off in the distance, and you're like, "There, got him!" And you suddenly, out of nowhere, you just see this person is in front of you, like almost trying to maybe double back slightly, and has just misjudged it entirely, and you careen into this person, and you are prone on top of him, just as though you were going to try and be prone on Noel. And whoa, all right. Whew.
Why did you upset Sandy?
No. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, I don't. I'm really bad with women. It's just terrible. Look, I just.
What are you doing out here?
I'm always shooting at women by accident. I'm so bad
How
with
it
them.
is. Oh, I'm
was
such a klutz.
I was just hunting, all right? I was hunting.
Hunting what?
Deer. Obviously, deer. Look, let me up. I won't go anywhere.
What's your name?
Gareth
I'm writing this down. Gareth what?
Podlington.
Gareth what?
Podlington.
Gareth Podlington. Am I supposed to believe that?
It's in the scenario. He says.
Gary Podlington. Right, Gary bloody Podlington. Right.
Hi, Gareth. I'm Noel. No, sorry, I'm Colin.
Colin.
Just a little bit of adrenaline, and Colin's mind is gone.
I have evolved
Just has
into
no
Noel.
idea what's happening.
Colin has so little mind to go. It's like, hi, I'm Colin.
Okay. Look, sorry, I didn't. It's usually quite quiet at this time. I didn't expect there to be people here. I come back for the carcass, and I thought you were somebody else.
You thought we
Wait.
were somebody else. You shot at us because you thought we were somebody else.
Yes. I
Who?
thought you.
Yeah, who did you think we were?
I thought. Well, you're not part of the commune, are you?
Fucking no.
Oh, thank God.
We're with the BBC.
Wait, what do you mean? Thank God.
Oh, it's just. It's
Why were you
tricky. No, it's tricky. It's just the Wellmans. They own everything, and I'm not supposed to be on their land after last time.
So you shot at them?
Well, I just wanted to scare them off and to give me a chance to run away, and then I realised it wasn't.
Fire in the air!
Okay.
That does seem more, unless the bullet comes down. And that's not important right now, Colin.
What?
What?
There are missing children.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't.
We found blood.
we found blood.
Yeah.
Are you the reason that there's a deer in a tree?
No. I wouldn't touch kids. Wouldn't do anything like that.
A deer in the tree.
Sorry, I'm Gareth. Says.
Hi,
Yes.
Gareth. I'm Colin.
Hi, Colin.
Podlington, yes. Gareth
No, I'm
fucking
not Colin Podlington.
No.
I'm Colin Doink.
Look,
Heather, you know me.
Look, I don't know what I
These
don't know what
woods are
I've walked
affecting
into.
us all.
I've been walking for a long time.
Right, Gareth.
Yes.
Gareth.
Yeah.
Did you lay a trap that might hoist a deer into a tree?
Yes. That's
Okay.
Yes.
There was a deer over there. You caught one. Congratulations. You got a fucking deer.
I know. I had to go. Thank you. I was going back to get some stuff, and I thought some people from the Wellman estate had come to take it, and I just thought, look, I'm sorry.
Right,
So
how well do you know these woods?
All right. Pretty okay.
could
Great.
you guide us
To where?
to the missing kids?
What kids? What? You keep asking me about these children and a family. I don't.
Right, Becky.
Oh, Chris Hickson's daughter.
Becky Hickson,
Becky
yeah.
Higston.
Yes.
And Marcus Neville.
The Neville's son. Yeah. What about him?
They're in the woods. They're lost in the woods, and there's blood in the footprints.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did think it was odd seeing the Nevilles out earlier.
You saw the Nevilles out
You
earlier.
saw
Brilliant.
them.
Where were they?
Well, I saw them pass. I kind of hid because I didn't know who they were, and they were just
Right.
walking. They
How much earlier?
a couple of hours ago. I've been out
Okay.
since sunrise.
Can you lead us to where they might be or might have gone?
Oh, they were sort of walking towards the river. It's like it's about a mile and a half that way. Points to a direction.
Right. You are going to help
I
me
know,
and my team.
I know.
Yes, you are, because I have your fucking name, Gareth Podlington, and you shot at people in the fucking woods, man.
Okay.
Also, you upset Sandy, and I don't think that's really forgivable right now because she's had a hard day.
Okay.
We've all had a very fucking hard day, Gareth.
It's like really like bad cop and sympathetic cop. It's just really this Gareth is like weirded out.
Do you want a wine gum?
Is there some sort of what the fuck is going? Look,
I'm not from the town, and I'm here trying to find these damn kids because none of you will help. So can you please help?
Okay. I just can I at least just collect my deer? Because I don't want anyone heading off with it.
Would you like a hand carrying it?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Could you get off me though?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So it sort of goes up. We'll switch back quickly. Obviously, you guys will return to the clearing. Sandy, you have a gun. Marcus, Marcus and Sandy, are you doing anything particularly?
I was going to go corral Noel before he wanders off into the woods again.
Yeah, Noel's just sort of sat down, like he's a bit like, it's just a breathing quite hard. He goes, "Gosh, man, it's so hot here, you know."
Yes, Noel, it's very hot. You didn't get hit by the bullet, right? You're okay.
No. I well, sort of puts a hand.
Don't touch
Yes,
it.
your hair's intact.
Don't touch it.
I think-
I will sort it out.
Can you see? It feels a little bit.
I'm gonna, and then I think Sandy's gonna come over and do her usual sort of, check and all that kind of stuff. Except the difference here is she has a large hunting rifle slung over one shoulder by the strap, but it's business as usual otherwise.
Yeah.
Sandy,
I will do
I think the side of the hair
hair
has
check.
changed.
Is this
It's
damaged?
Sandy, little bit.
There is the tiniest bit. Not noticeable, but there's definitely a bit of singeing, and you can
See.
smell a little bit of the.
Maybe if I'd
products.
let Colin take him to the ground, this wouldn't have happened. Okay, all right, that's fine.
Is it
Not
fine?
a problem. Yeah.
Is it all good?
It's all fine. You just hold still, and I'll fix it.
Oh,
It's a
that's-
a little adjustment. I'll
Oh.
just get the little burn ends sort of off. And
Oh shoot!
comb
Oh,
it through
Sandy, I'm
and
so
fix it up.
so
it's
sorry.
fine. It's
No, I shouldn't
absolutely
have.
fine.
I shouldn't have wandered off without you. I'm sorry. I just thought.
Wander off without me, and your hair gets fucking shot.
I know. What would I do without you?
Well, you'd have terrible hair.
I would.
Let's say that,
I would.
and
I would.
that's enough, really, isn't it?
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I'll finish and just sort of
Yeah.
make sure everything
You're an
is,
expert at this. You sort of
everything
easily
is perfect.
hardly noticeable. If anything, you've made it like an extra curl. Essentially, that's
Yeah.
happy with that. And the Colin and Heather and Gareth Podlington return to the clearing, and
Gareth, I think you have something to say to Sandy.
Sandy. I am sorry that I said some things and I shot at the group.
Yeah.
I admit I'm from a different generation, so sometimes these phrases sort of come out of me, and I would. It was nothing dismissive about calling you love. It was more of a term of affection, and I apologize that you took it to mean otherwise.
Yeah, he's from a different generation that makes him shoot at people, Andy. This is Gareth Podlington, just for the legal record.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did make a note.
I've got the camera back up.
Gareth Podlington shot at us, Killian.
I'm so glad we have found our NPC that we will just abuse from now on character. Like, I'm so glad we found them. There was a time where I thought we might not, and here they are. It's Gareth Podlington.
It's Gareth Podlington.
Colin has the words Gareth Podlington written on his hand.
Already smudged.
Good job, Colin. Good job, Colin.
So, Gareth, do you have a comment prepared for your attempted murder today?
What? What? No, please, no. I said I'm sorry. Look. If you need to find the Nevils, I'm sure I can help you with some tracking if that's what you need.
Great. What? Do you know where they are?
Well,
Yeah, he's seen
By
him.
the river. Towards the river.
Lead on, Gareth Podlington.
I just need to get my.
Yeah, he
deer.
wants his deer.
Yeah.
He wants his deer.
And he doesn't want a hand carrying it.
Oh, because he's a big man.
I mean, he's not that big.
No, he's not, Colin. He's not that big at all.
You know what would make it easier to carry it, Mr. Podlington, was it? If you give us all the ammo you had in your pockets, that's going to be weighing you down.
I mean, if it will make you feel any better, just
It'll make me feel a lot safer if you don't have ammo on you.
He sort of looks and he feels in his pocket, and he sort of brings out a cardboard box. You can see there's 2 or 3 bullets left. And he goes, "Here, I was almost done for the day anyway."
Do you know the words to Rhinestone Cowboy?
Smash cut to us walking through.
Answer the question, Gareth.
It would make me feel better.
We've got a deer.
So Gareth Podlington will join your crew. So congratulations, you can unlock in your inventory Gareth
Gareth
Podlington,
Podlington.
illegal poacher.
I can see Gareth
unlocked.
Podlington on the door.
Gareth Podlington.
He is carrying. Presumably, you don't give him back his gun.
I absolutely do not give him his gun back. No.
That's
I'll
fine.
give Sandy those bullets as well. Just
Yeah, great.
Sure.
I don't think Sandy knows how to use
Yeah,
a
do you
gun.
have firearm training, Sandy?
Nope.
Killian, do you have firearm training? Training?
Dad and Grandpapa used to take me hunting. I mean,
Of course they fucking did.
What kind of hunting rifle are we talking here? Is this like a lever action, not lever action, a bolt action kind of?
Yeah, it feels like a bolt action.
Okay.
It's not pristine by any means. It's definitely quite well used. You think it might have been a hand-me-down at some point as well. But it seems to you've seen it in action. It does seem to work, and the mechanisms for it to shoot do work, but there's no sight or anything like that.
I think she just sort of she's just fiddling with it.
Yeah.
Hand nowhere near the finger, nowhere near the trigger.
No.
Just trying to work out how to load it.
Yeah, and easily enough you sort of work out.
Click.
Yeah.
And the spent cartridge pops out. The spent casing
cartridge
pops
out.
out.
Yeah.
And then I'll bullet and then reverse that action and click.
Yeah, gun stuff. Yeah.
I
think I worked it out.
Yay.
So easy. So,
Like a rhinestone
cowboy.
cowboy.
So as you sort of are walking through that, Gareth is sort of you don't need to make any checks anymore to get through the woods per se, because Gareth is sort of taking the lead. But he's sort of so why do you need to see this Marcus kid anyway?
Because he's missing.
I mean, you came because he was missing, or were you here to see him beforehand?
we came because Noel here desperately wanted to meet him, and now I'm stuck in the woods. Brilliant day all round.
Noel's and explains sort of the competition. He goes, yeah, that tracks. The kids love you. I've seen you around. Really? What have you seen me on? Oh well, I don't watch Noel's Heroes. I actually liked I like that bit you did on when you did that little bit on Crime Watch. Oh, you did? You saw that? Well, it's you have a really nice voice. You really did a really good job on that voiceover of the murder suspects. Thank you. I've been branching out a little bit.
Sandy.
What is it, Colin?
I think there is romance in the air.
You know what, Colin? That'd be nice, I suppose.
That would be nice.
I feel like Noel can do better.
You mean better than his attempted murderer, or?
Yeah, probably better than an attempted murderer.
I think we can afford to have higher standards, Colin.
Yeah,
Noel, I think.
For Noel.
Sure, just generally.
Is an attempted murderer a bad thing for Noel?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Where did you grow up, Colin?
It's like just on the outskirts of Reading.
Okay. And you were your parents from there, or?
Yeah.
Okay, and they were around when you were growing up?
I mean, like they did try and ditch me at a bullfight, but that's another story.
And as we move away from this,
Before
we'll never hear.
Before Sandy has the opportunity to go, tell me that story immediately, like right now.
As you're about to sort of say that, Gareth stops and sort of does like go that and goes, points at the path ahead, and all of you see this sort of scene. There seems to be on the muddy path, not only with quite well trodden at this point, like lots of footsteps in and out, clearly quite a well-used path, on a bit of a bush or a bit of a sort of a low tree, there is like a white cloth, a white item, and then underneath you can see there are 3 piles of clothing.
Great, more nudists.
3 people in a river.
Wait.
Which means there's 2 above?
Look up.
Sandy, have you figured out how to use that gun yet?
I think so. I know which end to point.
Stick up, Colin.
Do you make your way towards the piles of clothing?
Yeah, and I think gonna call out for Marcus and Becky, I think, again.
Okay. As you get closer, you can see that these clothing, like what was caught on the branch, seemed to be like a nightshirt of some kind. And then you see, coming closer, you see like a pair of like pajama bottoms underneath the nightshirt, a night dress with some sort of shorts, and a slightly small but not very small set of a nightie and some shorts as well, all sort of different, all well worn and stuff, but tracked in mud.
So does that mean there's 2 people above?
You look up, there doesn't seem to be anything else.
Or
The
just
trees.
standing next to the river. I mean, I will walk towards the river until I'm next to it, and then look up and down and see if
there's no river currently.
Oh, this isn't. We're not. Sorry,
No, it's okay. You're jumping ahead to the next scene. I see
in my
you.
brain.
Yes. No, it doesn't seem. It just seems to be these piles of clothing.
So, well, I mean, the family left during the night, right? So this is Mum, Dad, and Big Sister.
Gareth, were they wearing night clothes?
Yeah. I recognise it, like the thin.
These specific ones.
Well, I recognised Ian. I see him down at the Bowler's Arms a few times a month. When he's finished his work and stuff, and I recognised him, but that he was wearing. He points to the set that was slightly hanging on a tree branch, and then he wears like I saw him wear thing. I just thought it was some sort of attire. Like, I didn't realize they were pajamas.
So that means they're in the river.
Well, it means they're naked at the very least.
We've got to help them. We'll run.
No, Colin.
We'll run towards wherever there is water.
You can't see any water.
Can't see any water. We'll run towards a direction.
Colin. We go together, Colin.
Sorry.
The buddy system, Colin.
Buddy system.
Get your buddy. Where's your buddy, Colin?
And we'll look around. We'll find Noel and kind of like we'll stand behind, put a hand on Noel's shoulder.
Yeah, Noel's been quiet this whole time. He's like, fuck, man. This is fucking. Where are they?
Do the clothes look like they've just sort of been flung around, or are they like
as if they've been taken off and neatly put in a pile?
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Yeah, the
You
only
said
I think
something was in a tree.
Yeah,
so it
you
looked
said
like
something was dangling in a tree. So
yeah, so it was like a shirt. It was almost as if it was been put on a coat hook.
Literally just hung in a. Okay, not.
It's what you noticed first, and then you look down.
Okay, well, maybe they came here to join the commune? Maybe this is all voluntary.
Yeah, in which case, then we need to find that, and we need to make sure that is true, yeah?
Because if that is the case, then maybe they don't know that their child is missing, or something. I don't know. Do we bring them their clothes, or do we leave their clothes here?
Noel is reaching out to touch.
A pickle.
Noel is reaching out to touch one of the items of clothing.
No, we don't do touchies. We don't do touchies.
Buddy.
Are you touching Noel? Colin?
Yeah.
He's had his hand on his shoulder the whole time.
It's a buddy system. It's important.
He touches an item of clothing. Colin, I need you to either make a foreboding or invocation check. Those are both souls.
It's going to be foreboding.
Foreboding, yep. That is a challenge value of 7.
The fuck you say? Oh, cool on the
7.
6-sided dice. I can roll a 7.
I'll give you a soul.
Use your weird to.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh,
make
you
the
can't.
dice.
Unfortunately, it's an individual check. So
Individual. Cool.
Yeah, and there's unfortunately
okay.
no points in the weird pool.
Yeah, no. Well, in which case, I'm gonna. Why the fuck not? Gonna burn 3 of my soul. 3 of my soul.
How much do you have left?
Oh, we had a lot
in my
of soul.
soul. I've got 2 left because
He's got
I burned
an
a lot of
enormous amount of
soul
soul
earlier.
and nothing else.
I got nothing else but soul.
Look, Colin is just a small bag filled with an enormous amount of soul that is just desperate to get out.
I am a fucking soul pinata, and this is just a stick that is beating me until soul comes out. And I rolled a 5, so I have got 8. Oh, that is weirdly stressful.
Stick up, Colin. Stick up.
Stick up.
I didn't realize you were so low. That's really interesting.
Oh yeah. Like, not gonna lie, Colin is low on everything.
Yeah, funny that. So, Colin, you get a moment. Suddenly, you're almost like it's almost like you're seeing some sort of vision, essentially, and Noel sees it too. And he sees the father and mother and Lucy, the sort of grown-up child, stood sort of in a line, this exact place, looking ahead of them, and you can see maybe about 20 feet in front of them are 2 Marcuses. And both Marcuses are saying at the same time, "Time for bath time." And slowly but surely, they're getting undressed. And then you're whipped back into the present.
I don't think it's playtime forever. I think sometimes it's bath time.
Okay, Gareth.
Yeah.
River now.
Okay.
Everyone, just buddy up, everybody. Okay, everyone.
Yep. Noel grabs you, Colin, and you make your way towards the river with Gareth. We're going to take a break. But before we do, we still have the stage rule.
We have to do the awful thing that will cripple us.
So again,
and maybe kill Colin.
Yeah, so remember,
Colin's gonna die.
Colin's going to die between scenes.
Yeah.
Like, we fade out
Colin's
of all
gonna
of us leaving, and we fade up in the next scene, and Colin's just not
It's
there.
a real shame what
This is
He's died off screen.
Colin's contract was not renewed between series.
Yeah, we had to come back and do reshoots, and he wasn't available.
Colin returned to his home planet.
I have to go now.
so we're running over time slightly, folks. So this is a stage rule. Isolated, all characters must complete either a separate or a separate foreboding or wits check. So this is a soul or mind if you're using those things. The challenge at the end of the scenario. If they fail, they take 1 point of damage to each of their things. The current value of the scene, because you lowered it, is 4.
Still high.
It's a lot. Cool.
Okay.
Still just 1d6, yeah.
Still 1d6.
And we can spend to...
You can spend, but unfortunately you've used up all the weird, so you can't do what you were doing last time.
Can't do weird spend.
So I got given a weird point. Can I spend that, or is that
You can't
something?
spend weird, but
Right.
that's slightly different.
Okay.
Nice try.
I'm gonna spend a soul then.
I'm going to spend a soul too.
I'm going to spend a soul as well.
Alrighty.
So we're all going with +1s. Oh, Colin's exploded.
All right, Colin, are you spending anything before you do your roll, or
No, I just rolled.
Oh my god.
I've also rolled.
I have rolled.
All right, so let's go. Well, let's go with Colin first. I see him cheeky chappy, so let's go. 5.
Yeah,
well
he's
done,
done it.
Colin. You do it.
Colin lives
Ooh.
another day.
Just
For now.
for now. Sandy.
Sorry, that's me. I was like, who's Sandy?
That's
Five total.
Ooh,
5 total. So
5
4 on the
total.
dice +1.
Nice work, Marcus.
5 on the dice plus 1 6.
Very good, very good. Heather.
Come on, Heather. 4. Yeah.
3 on the dice.
3 on the
1
dice
on the
plus
soul.
1. Well done, everybody.
All right, so now we are in between scenes, but it means we can recover ability points as well. We'll do that before we go to break. So everyone can recover 1 ability point in whatever one they choose. Now remember, we are playing with 2 optional rules. One is recovery points via facets, and one recovery points via bonds. We'll do facets first. Does anyone feel like they played to a strength or a weakness they had? And if so, we can sort of discuss it quickly and then go yes or no. So who would like to go?
I would like to say that I definitely went with the overconfident by bolting into the woods to chase Gareth.
Podlington, yes. Yeah, I think that's fair. So yeah, put another point in a different skill if you'd like, or the same skill. It does not matter. Anyone else with facets?
I'm going to propose I was nice and foolhardy by picking up the stick figure.
What do you think, folks?
Yeah,
I think so.
very
I think that's fair.
Oh, everyone's
You
being
shouldn't-
lovely
like, everyone
people.
knows you don't touch the
Incredibly
little stick
foolhardy.
figure in the folk horror movie. Like, you don't do that.
The
That is
stick
true.
figure.
You know?
That's true. Okay, so another point to you, Sandy.
I was going to try and see. I don't think I have any. My 2 little facets for soul. I don't think I really did much of. So I'm going to go with my brash for mind, because I think I was quite.
Yes.
I stormed a man with a gun with a stick.
You did. It
Which
was
I
pretty
think is brash, if nothing else.
I agree. Yeah, feel free to get
so I
another
will
point there.
recover my mind.
That sounds good. Heather.
I'm going to claim irritable, which I don't feel is a hard sell.
I think that's good. Yeah. So recover at that point as well. So that's the optional rule for facets. Let's talk about our bonds. So when we did our character creation, we each took a bond or a strong reaction to another character, and if that played into the scene at all. So I'll open it up to the floor again. Was there anyone that felt their bond came into play in this scene?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Protective of Colin.
Yeah.
100%.
Even at risk of Noel Kelly's hair. You know.
Completely.
That sounds good. Recover
Support
another
that.
point.
100%.
Amazing.
Anyone else?
I don't think I relied upon Heather at any point. I don't think I have a case for that one.
I don't think this time you don't. Unfortunately, you did it in the first scene. I definitely remember, but
Yeah.
I would say not for this one, which is fair.
Ah,
Heather, anything for you?
I mean, No. I mean,
No,
Sandy's
that's
my
okay.
least hated co-worker. But, you know,
I mean, you
Has
did
that
say
continued?
yeah.
that has continued, but I'm
Well,
not sure
there
that
you
I
go
would
then.
call that particularly active.
I'd say if it's because you did tell you did tell Colin you hated him, so
Yeah, I think I've told you all that I hate you at some
Yeah.
point, except Sandy.
there you go.
Yeah.
I think
There
that
you go.
works.
That's playing
There
to
on
get
a
that
your
point,
literal
get that point.
basis, that
Get
is
that point.
Yeah, it's
true.
not. You were very careful in your wording of that, which was not like I like Sandy.
Yes.
It's just I hate Sandy.
I
least.
hate everyone else more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and Colin.
I as much as I would love to say that I've been in awe of Killian, I don't think I've been playing it enough. Like,
That's okay.
At times, but yeah, not enough.
No, that's
Not
totally
enough.
fine. You're too wholesome for the stream, Rhys. I'll be honest.
And you have to go.
And you must
And so
Time
you
to
must
die.
die.
time to die. So, thank you so much for if you're still with us watching Solemn Vale. We're going to take a quick break before we move on to the final scene, which is the river. So we're all going to wave awkwardly at the camera until we go to a break, and we'll see you in 5. Hello. Welcome back, visitors and residents, to Solemn Vale for the final part of our little session here. Before the break, our team had made it into the woods to try and find the missing Neville family. And after stumbling on several things, including a couple having sex, a hunter that almost shot at them, they also discovered various stick creatures or stick men and carvings and drawings indicating the fate of the Neville family. And upon then finding the Neville's clothing, sort of nightwear, they've sort of realized that the trail is leading towards the what's it called? The river, the Ryswell Strait River that Gareth Podlington will be sort of saying to you, the wonderful poacher that you've picked up at this point. Gareth will say, no one really goes to the river as you're sort of walking towards it. It's dangerous. Like it swells and bubbles, and if it's quite close to its bank, it's gonna be quite fierce and stuff. There should be signs that say, no swimming and stuff. And like, there was a fence at one point, but it's been some years, so who knows, really?
So if they've gone for, let's say, some sort of unintentional swim, what are the odds you'd give them on being alive, Gareth? 2 to 1?
I mean, I wouldn't want to say, I wouldn't certainly want to be trapped in the river as well. Like, I mean, you hear of, like, kids, teenagers going out trying to swim, and there's always someone that gets in trouble. There's like a bank area, like a big rock is a bit slippery, and they always try and get out and see who can get out the furthest and stuff. So,
but it was little Marcus, it was the other Marcus. So it was not big Marcus and not little Marcus, but the other Marcus. So there's 3 Marci who said that it was time for bath time. Well, they both said that it was time for bath time, and so it meant that they all went, and so they kind of were compelled, and that seems like a lot, and it means that they're in danger, and whether they're in danger from Marci or the other Marcus or the little Marcus, or I don't think they're in trouble from big Marcus, but I mean, Killian, are you angry, Mr. Killian? Are you angry with them?
I mean, I'm generally quite angry that I'm stuck in these woods going after some children that, according to you, might be dead. But then again, you just developed psychic powers that none of us knew about until now. So,
me too.
This has been a hell of a day.
Yeah. So that's 3 Marci that they are all in danger from.
Yes.
Okay.
hey.
Okay.
right?
No, Colin.
We don't know. We don't know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
know what's happening.
So let's
Okay,
let's
no,
just
that's
get
fair.
there, and then we'll
That's
assess.
fair.
We'll
We'll
assess.
find out. We'll find out, and we'll assess. Yeah. We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah. No, it's fine. It is fine.
So, the forests of Solemn Vale are home to many rivers and streams that babble through the trees. Some are wide enough to cross by small bridges, and others are large enough to leap from bank to bank. One unassuming length of river, just a few miles into the forest, the Rhyswell Strait, about a quarter mile of rugged river, is known as it runs along mossy banks and looks to any passerby like another quiet woodland creek. As you sort of come out of the woods and you see this river, you see that around on the other side and on the other side of the bank, there is indeed a fence of some sort, a sort of wire fence with a sign saying "Keep out, danger here, do not swim." The usuals have been sort of rusted over the years and clearly easy to jump over or head across a across a sort of flat bed, like a little bit of a sandy sort of, not sandy, sorry, a sort of muddy sort of dune. Yeah, I was like, sorry, Sandy, dead. And a little bit of a sort of flat rock, which has been splashed by lots of little bits of the river and stuff. You see Marcus, little Marcus, dressed in his pajamas. There's no mistaking that sort of like the picture that Noel had with his letter of Marcus, wearing his nightclothes. In front of him, in the shallows of the pool, of the river, floating, face down.
Colin runs in.
I think, I mean, Sandy's not going to stop him. Sandy's going to go with him. But I think before she does...
Just to clarify, I just realised, Marcus is not the one that's face down. Sorry.
Is there anyone face down in the river?
Yes.
I think that probably doesn't make much of a difference to Colin.
There are 3 people face down in the river.
Right.
Yeah, Colin will run to.
I'm just making sure that
drag some out.
Okay.
Killian is not running down, and he's going to grab a hold of Noel to make sure he doesn't go.
Noel feels it as well, and you easily grab
him around the
Noel.
neck.
And I think before Sandy goes to help Colin, she's going to look at the rifle that she's been sort of idly fiddling with this whole time. Oh, well, not the whole time, but some of the way on the journey, and then just turn around to Killian, who has commented that he's been hunting before and has handled a gun, and just be like, look, I don't know who I'm kidding with this, but if this gets fucking weird, and I hand him the gun.
Yeah, sure, I'll hold this. Thanks.
Heather,
Yeah.
you see the bodies, but you are looking at Marcus, and he is face out to the river, looking at
Marcus.
something he cannot see. Are you doing anything, Heather?
I'm going to approach. I'm not going to sprint, but I'm going to approach the fence, and Heather's going to fall out. Marcus? Marcus, I know the people across the road. Can you get away from the river, please? It's pretty dangerous.
Colin, if you're going into the water to save the people in it, I need you to do either an obstruction or a pursuit check, which is body. The challenge value is 9.
Okay,
we're in a new scene, so there are 5 weird points up for grabs.
Take them all.
You can it's also a group check as well, so people can help.
Yeah,
if they need
I mean,
to.
I'm definitely going to help.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a point if that's all. Yeah, I'll put in a point.
Points
Yeah, I'll throw in a
from
point.
body.
Point from body. Yes.
Okay. Cool. So
wait.
that's one from body.
Any other points for body? So there's one from
me.
Sandy, two, so it's 2 currently. It's 1 from Heather as well.
Okay. So
I'll give a point of body too. You'll get a shouting word of encouragement from the bank.
Yep.
Okay.
You're +4 to this roll.
And I rolled a 4. So I'm going to take a point of weird. 4 weird, baby! Let's do this!
You're rolling on that, 100%.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Colin, I need you to pick one of the Nevilles to save. You have Ian, you have Angie, 2 parents, and you have Lucy.
Is anyone closest? Is there who's furthest away?
They are sort of drifting in the water, face down. And it looks like they're going out towards the rush of the river. You only have time to get one of them.
Get Lucy.
Yeah, you rush in, you get to sort of like almost
I'll
waist
help.
height.
I will
Yep.
be like helping him pull her out of the river. Yeah.
Okay. You pull her out. She's cold to the touch.
I need a first aid. Does anyone know first aid?
I know first aid.
Heather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gillian.
Oh.
I need you both to do an influence roll of weird. Because both of you, earlier on, both rolled 6s.
What
And
does that mean?
And the creature has noticed you both, has marked you both. So if you roll your weird pools, so that is however many points in weird you have, you roll those d6s, and you need to tell me what the highest number is, both of you.
Shit, I have 3 of those.
You do.
I have one of them.
Is there any way to assuage that? Is there any way to be like, oh hi, I'm here too?
Take me,
Not on a weird check,
It's me,
unfortunately.
Colin. Okay.
Not on a weird check, unfortunately. Not on a weird influence roll.
I have rolled, and
Yes.
I got a 2.
You got a 2? Okay. Heather, what's your highest number?
5.
There is a moment, Heather, as you sort of like are talking to Marcus, that you realise it's not Marcus. The back
Right.
of this child's head, you realise there's like a glistening wetness to the child, and that the pajamas are soaked. And as you look down at where the cuffs of the pajamas are, water is dripping. The entity that looks like Marcus turns back to you, and you see a void. The hair plastered to its head, the eyes like almost like tears, but constantly, continually going down the face, the voice, the sort of mouth open. It's bath time. I need you, Heather, to roll me. And I appreciate we made fun of it last time, but I need you to roll me a taint check.
Sorry.
No, I know.
Sorry. I'm genuinely nervous. I didn't mean to
Challenge value 8. Taint is related to soul.
Can anyone help?
Do you, not on this, well, if you use a point of weird, you can be in the scene. You can be with them. This is currently an individual check, but if you want to help.
I'll help. Point of weird.
Take a point of weird?
Yeah, I'll help as much as I can.
Okay.
And I'll give a point of soul.
I'll burn 2 points of soul.
Okay, that's 3.
I can burn 2 points of soul.
No.
No, don't. I'll throw one in as well.
Are you going to take a point of weird, Sandy?
I would have to take a point, which would leave us with how much?
You got 2 left.
I'll do it. I'll do it to save. I'll do it to save Heather. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 4.
I'll roll.
Yep.
I rolled a 6.
Oh.
Jeez.
The way this entity says it's bath time, it's playtime, it's like sing-song, burbly almost. And there's a moment you suddenly realise that your hands are sort of clasped to your shirt, your blouse, and it looks like you've undone one button as if to get undressed, and you go,
We need a first aider.
what do you guys do?
I am reaching out. I am reaching out behind me towards Noel, and like just with my eyes sort of fixed on this monster child, and not opening my mouth very much. I'm just going, Noel, lighter. Give me your lighter.
I've told you I've given up.
You were fucking smoking earlier. Now is not the fucking time.
Yeah, gives you a lighter. Killian, what are you doing?
Kind of want to pull the trigger on the kid.
You gonna do it? Do it. Yeah, go for it.
What an incredible sentence.
Are you going to do that, Killian?
Yeah. Weird, freaky child with void eyes turned around. He's not hesitating.
Okay. You shoot. Point blank, like straight. And it's like almost a bullet goes through water. Suddenly, this creature goes like almost like inky blackness. Whatever pretense it had of being Marcus has gone, and it screams. Killian, I need you to make me either a threat check, challenge value 7, or an invocation check, which is challenge rating 6. As suddenly, as the kid sort of screams, water bursts out of the river and tries to grab you. These horrible sort of tendrils, these pond fronds tries to grab you.
Is invocation soul?
Soul, yes. So threat is body, invocation is soul. And it's currently it is currently a individual check. You have 2 points left in the weird pool.
Is there a way to help?
If you take a point of weird, you can
yeah, only with a point, because it's individual.
Yeah.
I'll do the invocation and I'll burn
6.
3 soul.
Whoa. Okay.
How much do you have left, man?
2 after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
That would be 2 on the dice of 5. So if I take a point of weird, that's 6.
Yes.
Do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
These watery tendrils try and wrap around you and start to it grabs around the rifle, and it pulls you. You can feel the strength of the river pulling you down. You were slipping on the rock face, and you hold on until eventually the gun goes off into the river. But you can see the rock; it is so slippery, and you see the burbling of these river, these sort of the way the rocks are. If you had fallen, if you'd gone in, you don't know what would have happened.
Big Marcus, Mr. Killian. I'll go to pull Killian out.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
While that's happening, I will bring Noel's lighter up in my left hand. This probably isn't going to work. I will strike it and then my right hand is gonna reach down into the bag, and it's gonna come up with a big old can of hairspray.
Heck yeah!
Just that stuff that keeps Noel's hair like pie resistant, you know, like he can take 100 pies to the face and it doesn't even move. Like this stuff is like the fact that he had to quit smoking because he was in serious danger of just blowing his own head up every time.
Shellac in a can.
And I'm gonna just but I'm gonna try and burn this thing that's clearly made of water, which is very dumb. But there you go.
It reached out with these fronds, these sort of things. So.
It's that, or try and stab it with scissors, and I don't want to go that near it. So I am gonna hairspray flamethrower at it.
All right.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, you do. You go. It sort of screams, and it's going to do its sort of spirit tendril attack. So I would say you're doing sort of a physical thing. Yeah. I think it's a threat roll of 7.
Okay, cool. I'm going to spend 2 points of my. No, let's call it 3 points of my own body. To attempt to leap athletically out of the way. That'll put me down to 2 points left if I spend 3. 2 points of body left. 7 I need.
7 you need.
I don't think I can in good conscience take any from anyone else.
I can't give you any more.
You've got 1 weird pool.
Do I take the weird pool? Do I take that to save myself?
If you got to roll it, and see.
Oh sure, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so it's a 3. I need 7. That's a fucking 6 on the dice.
Yes! The fronds light up, and again, the sort of like it doesn't, as you rightly thought, the water, but it stops its focus, its intensity is straight on you, Sandy, and yet the water it hits at your feet as you sort of back away. I'd say, and this time, Colin, you're getting the other people out of the water. You can do so. The way everyone has been focusing their attention on it, you're sort of helping a little bit, and you're desperately trying to go. What I need from you, Colin, though. What I need from you. You're in the water.
Oh, Colin.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to save the Nevils. You need to do either an obstruction or a pursuit. Challenge value 9.
I have 1 point of body left.
You do. There is a point of weird where you could use anything else.
Is this individual? Sorry, did you say it was individual?
This is well, there's only 1 point left in the pool, so someone could spend it to join the scene, but they'd have to spend from their body.
I could do that and give you 1.
No.
Yeah,
man.
no, I don't know if there's a way of us. I could. Oh.
Couldn't you spend the
I
point
could
of
spend
weird to use different?
To use a different stat.
You could do that. Do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Do that, Colin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, spending that final point of weird in the scene.
Colin's the true hero.
What are you using?
He always was.
How are you using Colin?
Some heroes don't wear capes. Some
But
heroes
Colin definitely would if people would let him.
Like if he got a cape, he'd be so jazzed.
Okay, if he makes it out of this, I'm getting him a cape.
He's going to use every point of his mind.
How many points is that?
That'd be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's +3. So you need. So currently it's it will be a 6 is what you need on the die. It's
And
a 9.
that is genuinely the only thing in my arsenal that I have anything more than 2 in.
All right.
okay.
All right. Send Rhys your energy. You rolled a 6. The boy rolled a 6. You know you rolled a 6. That's a man who rolled a 6.
Hang on, we'll find out.
That is a 6.
Yeah, boy.
Come
on, Colin.
So stressful. None of these people are real. Oh my god! So having burnt, using his wits or logic or whatever it is, he grabs the stick and just kind of like hooks and brings them, and it just gathers them up.
Just yelling, stick up, Colin! Stick up
Colin.
the whole time.
Stick up, Colin! Stick up!
Oh my god! Yes, because there was a moment where there was almost a choice where you sort of grab maybe Angie, and you can see Ian's body slowly but surely almost out of sight, and you go, "Ugh," and you split yourself. There is a moment, Colin, where you lose your footing and you're suddenly in the swirl. There's a moment of panic, and you just get it together, Colin. And you bring them back slowly, and you bring them to the edge of thing, pull them out onto the bank slowly.
This will be the moment where he says to himself, resist every urge that you have to make noise, Colin. And we'll bring them back in, and yes, they are cold.
They're cold currently. But they're not lost to the river. To those people who are on the bank, this creature, this sort of water weird type thing, you can see there is a moment where it sort of sputters. Killian, your mark was true. You shot this thing and it's sputtering, and you can see out of it a hand comes out, a small childlike hand, and you can hear cries as the Marcus within is trying to escape the water weird.
Oh. I'll grab the hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him.
Okay. This is... Is it raining water? No.
Is Noel helping too?
He will, but that's not an extra point for you, unfortunately. He is... Yeah. Him and Gareth are on the bank going, oh my god! Oh! Oh no!
Gareth, we get out of this.
You're not helping at all!
They're both getting slapped. This
is a threat or pursuit check. Challenge value 7.
Is pursuit mind?
Pursuit is no, they're both bodies.
Both bodies.
It's weird. I don't know why it says one or the other when you would be spending from body.
Yeah, remind me what happens if I spend both of my remaining body points. Is that me?
Sure.
Done?
No, not
it's
at all.
just me
it
done.
If I.
Sorry, I'll let you explain it.
It's okay. It's okay. No. I appreciate it. It's very tense right now. So if you reduce 0 in one of your stats, the stat is scratched out, which means you cannot use that stat for anything else. If I say, for example, you fail something else, and I say you take, I don't know, some more damage to that stat, and it's already scratched out, you're defeated. Basically, it is like you're on death's door. Something happens that you are sort of barely standing, and another hit could take you out completely. So that is the idea behind it.
Well, given that we're trying to get a child out, this is save the kid territory here. So I'm willing to spend both points. If that, what do we need? Is 7. What have you got?
7.
Yeah.
I was going to put 2 points towards this.
What if I do 1, you do 2? We're for 3, and then we shake it out that way, or I could do 1 more and make it 4. And you know what? We're 37 minutes from roughly the end of the stream. I'm going to spend both points. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's create some drama.
Okay.
So I reach out to grab little Marcus's hand, and I grab Sandy's hand on the other side and kind of do like a tug-of-war chain.
Yeah.
See if I can pull him out.
All right. Well, we'll come to Sandy's scratched out ability in a second, but yeah, let's roll for it. That's +3. 7 or higher.
+4.
+4. Sorry. +4.
Come on, buddy. Oh no.
Was it 2?
Oh fuck. No.
That's not good enough.
No, it's not.
Killian, you're trying to drag you and Sandy are pulling, and his head comes out of this creature's chest. You can see he is frightened, the eyes in it, and then suddenly there is a pull, and Sandy, you slip, you hit the rock face, your body is scratched out. You've broken your arm. Essentially, it is you've hurt yourself quite badly on the slippery rock. Killian, you go head first into the water weird. You're dragged down through the water. Killian, for failing the check, you suffer 4 body damage.
Ooh, I only have 1.
Okay, you are also blacked out. You are scratched that ability out currently.
Okay. That's the last time I help anyone.
In the spirit of full disclosure, I think seeing as I spent 3 points of mind just to get past the previous one, I believe that means that my mind is scratched out as well.
And yeah, you are screaming in terror, Colin. It is you've just seen your director get pulled into
All right.
been pulled into the thing. Yeah, Heather. Let's go.
Or maybe Noel or Gareth could fucking do something.
I want to see what Heather does first.
I'm gonna look the weird square in the face. Right. I don't know what you are, but what do you want?
He wants a friend for playtime.
But you killed your friends.
You're
killing your
not
friends.
true friends. Marcus is my friend.
Marcus is trapped. Marcus is drowning.
He will be with me forever and ever and ever and ever.
Where did you come from? What are you?
Poor little Marcus walking in the woods. Poor lonely Marcus not having any friends. Everyone laughing at him for his silly little dreams, dreaming of a babbling brook. He slipped and fell and hurt his head, and when he woke up, I was here. I said we would be friends. I wouldn't laugh at him. I would make him more powerful than he ever realized. Water is incredibly powerful. He went home and he tried to tell his Mummy and Daddy, but Mummy and Daddy thought he was telling stories and making up lies. His sister laughed at him. Well, she's not laughing much anymore. His friend Becky thought it would be funny if, like, he teased her and all the things. I said not to worry his little head about these things, that he can come join me in the river. He didn't want to go without his family, so I said they can come too, but they were not worthy of being my friends.
Marcus?
Marcus isn't here right now.
Marcus? Becky is very sad, and she is worried about you.
What a shame.
I'm going to walk into the weird.
What's your purpose? What's your plan, Heather?
To try and get into it and see if, I don't know, pull Marcus out, get into it and try and fight it from within. I don't know. There's nothing else left to try.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you some options. So you've seen that you could try pulling out Marcus. You could try pulling out one of your friends that is within this water weird. The other thing that this creature has made clear to you, Heather, is that it needs a friend. It wants something, and it has taken Marcus currently. You think if it's satisfied with having a new playmate, it will let everyone go.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult to pull out Killian and Marcus, isn't it?
What are you doing, Heather?
I'm going to try battle of the wits or the battle of the soul and try and take the place of Marcus.
Colin's gonna run in.
Heather, I need you to make for me a pressure check. Challenge value 8.
No.
Joke's on you, I have 4 mind.
Is it, can we help?
Yeah, we need to.
My arm is broken, but I can.
What are those people running in?
Can I
What are you doing?
help from
Killian.
the inside?
You hear this all, Killian, as well, yes. So what I'd say, everyone is involved in this check. The police are here. It is, if you're going to spend points, it is mind.
Great, mind. I will. What was the check?
Challenge value 8.
8. How many do you want, James?
I'll burn all 4.
I can burn
so
2 mind.
Yeah, I can give you. I can give you 3, 2.
Right.
I've got no mind to burn, but
You're going into. You're still here. Those people who are burning stuff, just again, because this is the thing. So, what are you doing to help? Because I appreciate you're trying to add to the role, but what is it that you're doing with mind to help?
So for me, I was thinking. So I was holding on to Marcus as I got pulled into the water weird.
Yep.
As we're in this weird watery place, I don't know if I could talk to Child Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
So as I go in, I'll be like, "Hey, kid, you're Marcus, right? Hey, little guy.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's cool. You don't need to apologize. Don't worry. We're here to help. We're gonna help you.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring the bad. I didn't mean to bring it.
Hey, don't you worry about that. Only thing I want you to do right now is focus on me and push away any thoughts of that thing. I want you to throw them out of here. That thing doesn't matter to you. You don't care about it. Screw that thing. Whatever the hell it is, that little weird mirror of you, it's not important, all right? You know what's important?
What's important?
You are. You, kiddo, you're important. And you know what? Noel's out there. He's your hero, right?
No.
Yeah.
Noel
and he
Kelly.
wants to meet you.
What?
Yeah, Noel Kelly. He's right out there.
He answered my letter.
He did. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here. He's gonna help you, but you need to help yourself first. And I'm gonna be here to help you. Does that make sense? We're all helping each other.
All right, I'd say you are justified in giving those points to James. Sandy, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna, if it's okay, I think my move is gonna come from hearing Killian kind of frantically beginning to talk to this kid.
Almost
and
like
what
it's weird. It's almost like a burble of water that you can almost hear Killian on.
As he's kind of beginning to talk, and I'm gonna push myself up on my arm that is not broken, and I'm gonna stagger over to Noel, who I assume is terrified and frozen to the spot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look him in the eyes, and I'm gonna say, he came here to talk to the fucking kid. So talk to the fucking kid.
Okay. Hey, kid. It's me. You're a part of Noel's Heroes. I'm here to speak to one Marcus Neville. Is Marcus Neville here? I'm looking. We've got Lord Peter. He's gonna find us. I need your help to defeat Lord Peter. I'd say you can spend those mind as well.
Thank you.
So how many is that in total from you two?
I'm giving in 2.
2?
I was giving 2 as well.
You get a 4.
And I'm spending 4.
Okay, well, let's roll that. Let's roll that d6 just in case.
I rolled a 3. So
We want to succeed.
Crush it.
So Heather,
yeah.
you succeed. The creature sort of looks at you and says, "You."
Yeah, me.
Forever and ever.
Yeah, forever and ever. I don't have any friends either, so let's dance.
And suddenly, almost sloshing out. Killian and Marcus go out, and Heather, the last thing you see is this water whiz sort of whipping up into the air and going straight towards you. It sort of envelops your body and goes down your throat. You can feel it permeating all of your cells, all of your skin, and it just becomes you. And the last thing you see is your friends as your body moves and starts to walk across the river into the swell. Because it's bath time now. It's playtime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Colin's hand.
Mm-hmm.
I only have one other hand. I'm gonna get Colin's hand.
Yeah.
No, tell you what. Oh, fuck yeah! I get Colin's hand, and I'm like, Killian, we have to go.
They need a first aider.
You can see on the bank the water leaving the Nevils, like sort of coming out of their throats and their noses and their eyes, and you can see that as Ian is starting to come around. Killian, you are holding little Marcus. He's shivering, completely wet and sodden, crying into your shoulder.
I'll kind of pick him up. I don't know how big he is. Like if he's small enough to be
He's
kind of
much smaller than you.
up.
Yeah, it's very small. He's a 10-year-old boy, but he seems very small for his age.
And I'll bring him over to the rest of the group and kind of walk away from, I guess, where Heather is disappearing. With like maybe a look over my shoulder of just, I can't do anything.
Sandy, we can't let them go. We can't let Heather go. We can't let her go. We can't.
We can't, Colin.
We can't let her go.
We have to.
She's got all the paperwork.
No, I think we're past that now.
No, but she worked so hard for this.
I know. I know.
Colin, we saved the kid. All right.
And the family, they're alive because of you, Colin.
But it's Heather.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's Heather. She's our friend, and we need to make sure she's okay. That's how this works. We're heroes. We make sure that everyone is safe.
Yeah.
Colin.
Yeah,
Colin.
and that's...
And Noel sort of comes over and goes, I'm sorry. Okay. And just holds you, Colin.
But she's there. Oh. She's right there.
No, she's not. And you see Colin, Heather walk on the water, deeper and deeper into the swells until you can't see her anymore.
We can't. She doesn't.
The scene fades. You end up back in Solemn Vale. Many police cars come around. They all start to take your statements. You give whatever statement you wish, the truth, a lie. The Nevils, certainly the two parents and Lucy are shivering slightly in thermal blankets and stuff given. You see they're talking and sort of like whispering quite a bit. You see Marcus is, unless somebody's with him, is being talked to by the police, is put in, not in the back of a police van or anything like that, but is sort of separated from the other two. And he tells the story of how he was so lonely that he dreamt of a friend, and that the friend told him that to be friends forever, he had to do something, a big sacrifice. And there's a lot of talk, and maybe days, weeks later, unlikely that Sandy, Colin, and Marcus Killian sees this, but the family, they discussing how they are indebted to you. They have no idea how they ended up in the river without their clothing or anything like that. They were just so grateful for a television crew of 3 people to come along and save them. Marcus is sent away. he continues to say quite loudly that it wasn't. He was told to do it. He said the boy in the water told him to do it. And he sticks to the story even when he's sent away to an institution where it's said that he does no more harm to anyone. Killian, what do you do after the incidents in Solemn Vale?
Killian, I think he resigns. I think he leaves his role at the BBC and he kind of goes back to one of his family's kind of country houses. And he sort of ignores a lot of people. He doesn't really want to be seen or talked to. And he spends a lot of time alone.
Killian, I need you to roll me a weird influence check, please. So roll all of your weird and tell me what the highest number is.
3.
You try not to think too much of Solemn Vale. You know, when you hear the name come up in the news, only ever so briefly, maybe you go down to Cornwall for other things, perhaps, but you shiver. But eventually, the feelings you had with Solemn Vale fade away. It's not completely healed over, but you keep yourself to yourself, as you said, but you do not. You escape, so to speak. Sandy.
I think once her arm has healed, I think Sandy takes like an extended sort of leave. I think sort of compassionate leave kind of thing after time to sort of recover after everything that had kind of happened. And I think she ends up going back to Solemn Vale. And I think she ends up walking back through the woods and trying to find the river again. And seeing if she can find Heather. And I don't know how successful she would be, but I think she tries to.
Sandy, could you roll for me an influence weird check?
Yes.
And tell me what the highest number that you get is.
And remind me that is...
All your points in weird, that's the number of d6s you roll. And then tell me what the highest value you roll is.
Okay. That 6. I don't know if that's good or not, but...
Makes sense.
6.
Makes sense. The pull to Solemn Vale. It makes sense. Maybe you settled in. You go back, you go and look for Heather, you don't find her, but when you return, go back past the old Neville house, they seem to have moved out now. You see Alan. He sort of waves you. You sit and you stop to chat. He hands you some homebrewed cider. And he sort of listens and he sort of takes your concerns in and invites you to go get a drink at the Bowler's Arms. And says he just has to go off shift and stuff. And when you drink the cider, I don't know what it is. There's something delicious about it, almost sort of not addictive, but there's definitely a sense of numbingness to the stuff. And suddenly, I don't know, a month goes by and you're still in Solemn Vale. You're a regular at the Bowler's Arms, where the proprietor is always happy to see you there. People start to greet you as a local. And I'll leave the rest of Sandy's history up to you, but slowly but surely, the weird ensnares you.
Yeah, something in the water, huh? Yeah.
Colin, what happens to you after the incident at the river?
Carries on working at the BBC. Takes every course in first aid available. Wants so hard to be like Heather. Tries to kind of remember what she was like. And after time, the image of her kind of dissipates. And so the idea just is the only thing that drives him. And so he finds himself doing things that he thinks that she would like. He
Colin.
doesn't sing anymore.
Oh. Colin, I'm going to ask you for the same thing. An influence weird roll, please. So that's all your weird points into d6s. Tell me what the highest number is.
That's a 6. That's a lot of dice all saying 6. Most saying 6, but yeah.
That's quite fun. Maybe it's some years. You try and follow in Heather's footsteps. You do well. Maybe you get to higher up the production scale to a point where you also become a producer. And you insist you have to go back to Solemn Vale. There's something that happened and you want to report on it. You maybe start picking up news clippings of other people who have gone missing in the woods of Solemn Vale. You try and find reports of like old folklore of witchcraft happening around the river as well. You're trying to piece it all together, and one day you turn up, bags in hand. Maybe you go into the Bowler's Arms and you suddenly see Sandy there, reunited, having a drink of the good stuff as it's sort of put on the board, and it numbs the pain. And people treat you as old friends, a local, stand-up guy. Works for the BBC, Maybe we can get Solemn Vale on the Views. They've got a little festival here, like a prettiest town in Britain. Be nice to get some coverage for once. And you're welcome. The weird has ensnared you. You're part of Solemn Vale. Heather, I'd like you to make me a weird influence roll check, please.
Three.
What becomes of Heather, would you say?
I think Heather wants to... I think Heather will feel that feeling of... This is a creature of loneliness, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a creature of isolation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a creature of abandonment and friendlessness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think whatever is left of Heather, she's gonna take all those feelings and take every part of that dark creature.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna pull it in, and she's gonna hold it tight, and she's gonna kill it.
Exactly. You did not succumb to the weirdness of Solemn Vale. And sort of time passes, and again, you maybe see people along the bank, people that try and do skinny dipping in the water, and you resist every urge, till eventually you face down your bath time playmate. You keep people safe, till eventually it and your strength dwindles until you cancel each other out. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session of Solemn Vale. Sorry, I'm crying already.
You absolute.
Oh man, absolutely crying. Thank you so much. Whoa, okay. Thank you so much if you're still with us. Oh man, I'm an absolute bloody mess. Thank you so much for joining us for Solemn Vale. We're going to go back around the other way so people can do their quick outros and stuff, and I'll tell you where you can get Solemn Vale after this. So I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful Sandy Pip. Let's go, my friend.
Hello. I've been Pip Gladwin, and you can find me over on Realms of Peril and Glory, or on Twitter, because that's what it's called, at Pip_Gladwin. And I'm going to leave James to do the shout outs for whatever he feels is worthy of shouting out this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pip, and welcome back to Solemn Vale.
Yay.
Let's go
I
to
never want to leave.
You never want to leave. No one ever leaves.
I
can't
don't
leave.
wanna.
I'm happy forever with Alan.
Colin. Let's go, Rhys.
Hello, my name's Rhys Lawton, and I'm kind of representing Who Lives Who Dice, which is a bi-weekly actual play stream. But also I do a couple of other podcasts. I produce the Quantum Leopard comedy podcast, which does a lot of interviews from the nicest comedy night in London. But you can hear me all over the place because I like doing nice things with lovely people, evidenced by this entire evening. But also you can find more about me on rhysLawton.com, because social media I have absolutely no coherence with. I have so many usernames all over the place. But rhysLawton.com is where you can find what the hell I'm up to. But yeah, and also Peril's Realms of Peril and Glory is just fucking glorious. I cannot stress enough how amazing it is. Please follow them as well. It's amazing.
Thank you.
That's
Very
nice.
cute. Next up is our beloved Heather, James.
Hi. I'm James Barbarossa. I am on Twitter at BarbarossaFan. Every week I post the music that I make for Realms of Peril and Glory. I also am on Realms of Peril and Glory, and Realms of Peril and Glory has a live show coming up in London. It's at the London Podcast Festival. It's Sunday, September the 10th. We're at 4:30 p.m. Tickets are still going. They're £9.50 each. If you want to go to realmspod.com/live, you can get your tickets there. It's going to be, if you listen to the show and you're a fan of the show, it's going to be great for you. If you've not listened to it, it will be a great time for you as well. All of our sort of main cast are going to be in it, including the wonderful Pip Gladwin, who we do not deserve the talents of. That's going to be at King's Place, which is near King's Cross. So if you are in London, and you are looking for something to do that Sunday, please do come along, because we'll enjoy you being there.
Oh, thank you. And then last but by no means least, Marcus Killian III, Adam.
Yes, I am Adam. I am the DM over at Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot, a cosmic horror-themed homebrew D&D podcast where I just go around inflicting maddening horrors on my players for their personal entertainment and yours at home.
Fantastic. And I've been Lord Peter. No, wait, I'll reverse that. No, he never appeared. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, it is weird for me to be like, I fucking wish Lord Peter
I wish Lord Peter had been there. I'm sad.
I'm so sad.
I'm not. I'm really glad that Lord Peter wasn't there.
I have a mental picture of Killian in that country home, and he's sat in an armchair in front of a fire, and in the armchair across from him is Lord Peter, just the costume. He's just staring at it.
Staring at it. Yeah, it's back and forth. Well, when I'm not
No,
playing Lord
thank you.
Peter, you can find me. I've been the wonderful narrator. Well, I am wonderful, but I have been the narrator for Solemn Vale. You can get Solemn Vale on Drive-Thru-RPG, the Kickstarter, the backer kit. If you want a physical copy, is coming out. They've also got a PDF of some scenarios that you can use. Tonight's and last week's scenario is called Footprints, which is in the core book. If you'd like to go through and look at it, there are some other ones in there should you wish to do it. This one was just a nice teaser, just one to get you into the game. So check that out on dirtyvortex.net. But you can find me. I do What Am I Rolling, which is a twice monthly RPG one-shot podcast, and the DM's Book Club. But that's not great. I really would highly recommend checking out all these wonderful folks who have dealt so well with a lot of horror thrown up tonight. I'd recommend checking out those shows, and if you'd like afterwards, come check me out. But also try and get your own copy of Solemn Vale, because I think it is an absolutely cracking setting, and I think it's a really cool way of making stories.
Absolutely.
And last thing to say is thank you so much to John, our wonderful producer, who has been scoring it, who's been looking after us in chat, and is the person at Actual Play UK. So thank you so much for allowing me to be like, hey, I've got an idea. I hear that, But the other things I just want to say before we quickly leave out and we do our Stars of Wishes off stream is that please subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe everywhere that it says Actual Play UK. The more people that subscribe, they're going to hear about all the different cool actual plays that our UK tabletop RPG podcast folks will be able to do, and it's just a really nice way to really support people. So please subscribe, share, like, comment, all the wonderful things we can do. We've got some streams coming up, folks. We've still got our Delta Green mini campaign which is going on. We've got Trolls of 2 Ton Bridges, got Realms of Peril, Glory. I wonder who those guys are. And Gunpowder, Treason, No Plots. I don't know who those guys are. And Chaotic Neutral Games, they're still going out through Thursday, so please check that out. On the 1st and 8th of September, the Fridays, we have a D&D one-shot, Drakes on a Plane, with D20 Future Show, League of Stupid, that's how it's said, two kobolds in the trench coats, some other heroes, and the Troll of 2 Ton Bridges again. So if you're like, whoa, that was too much emotion for me, I just want D&D, I'm like, well, wait till the 1st and 8th of September. And then after that, there is a well-deserved break, because frankly, there's been every Friday we've had lots and lots of Actual Play UK stuff, so please we're going to be a short break for the 14th and so the 15th, and then they'll be back with more stuff. So check out the Delta Green Green streams. I'll get there, my emotions are running high. And the D&D stream in early September. Thank you for watching Actual Play UK. You can find them all on the social medias and stuff at Actual Play UK. And there's only one thing to say is that thank you for visiting Solemn Vale. We hope you come again soon. And with that, we'll wave goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Keep